Yo, I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tight in that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back for week 11. How's everybody doing tonight? Are you guys ready for some big block action at Lanier? Let me know in the chat. Reckon for last. Larry saying, let's go, Damien. What's up, Slippy? What's up? What's up? Getting up in there. Sorry. Had a little teenager issue I had to deal with before I got on here. You know, all the teenager stuff you deal with. What's up, Karen? What's up, Karen? This is Top Split Official, Jimbo. Top Split Official. They are in qualifying. Hold on, let me turn on Trading Paints and I will get that screen up for you guys. All right, so Ryan Gofamus out on the track right now, currently with the quick time here at Lernerville. Caleb Durgan going to go second quick in that number 17 machine. Curtis Griffin out there currently third quick. Nick Brundage out on the track right now. We got a big field, 22 cars here tonight. It is two splits. What's up, Justin? What's up? Jordan out there giving those shares. Peyton Talbot going to go to the top of the charts in the number 14T. Good lap for Peyton Talbot here tonight. Michael Swank out on the track. Oh, we got Kevin Robinson out there in the number 60 machine. That's somebody we haven't seen in a while in top split. Jordan LaFon out there. Let's go jump on with Jordan LaFon. Ethan Bill out there putting down his quick time. Let's see where Jordan LaFon going to put the 144 here tonight. Kevin Robinson going to go 11th quick. Brandon Barnhart up to the number 2 spot. Keeping an eye on Ethan Bill, Aaron Langley, Kenny Cudney out there on the track also. As LaFon going to come across the track, he's going to be 13th quickest as Langley jumps up to the number 8 spot. Ethan Bill going to go up to the quick time in the number 14 machine. So Ethan Bill out there with the quick time in the number 14 machine. Matt Schaefer out there. Thomas Davis out there. Where's Schaefer? Schaefer ended up 8th. Schaefer's been picking up the speed. Yeah, I know. Hodge is in there. This is awesome. I like Brian. All right, so we are on with Thomas Davis. He's going to be 18th quick. I see Damian Ward out there, but he has not put down a lap, and it does not look like he's going to get one in, as there is only about 10 seconds left here in qualifying. So we are going to jump into tonight's heat race number 1, and it looks like Damian Ward's going to be starting shotgun on the field in the heat race number 2. 22 cars, 18 spots for tonight's feature. That means we're sending 6 drivers home tonight. Let's get ready for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be a fan favorite in that number 14 machine. It's going to be Ethan Bill. Starting outside of him in the number 100 or the 36. What is he in? 34. He's in the 34. It is going to be Brandon Barnhart. Inside row number 2, it's going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Starting outside row number 2 here tonight in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Inside row number 3, it is going to be the number 14 of Aaron Langley. Outside of him in the number 1 machine, it is going to be Thomas Davis. Starting inside of row number 4 in that number 6 machine, it is going to be Tanner Purcell. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Trevin Lane. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 60 machine, it is going to be Kevin Robinson. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 23 machine, it is going to be Mark Warner. It is going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 1. Top 7 transfer through. Everybody else off to the consi. Let's go, Nick. They're saying out in the chat. As we are going to go ahead and find out where we're at. I guess I paused my stream and stuff. All right, we are going to get ready for tonight's heat race number 1 as they come down the back straightaway. It is going to be E-Bill leading the way as they look for the green flag. This time by, we got 11 drivers, 7 spots as the pace truck pulls in. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Oh, Barnhart drifts up the track. Brundage probably had to back out of it not to get a black flag as they're 3 wide for third. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, Barnhart did not get the jump he wanted. Losing some spots as Caleb Durgan jumped up to the number 2 spot trying to chase down E-Bill. We got one hell of a pre-gen here. Oh, that sucks, Ward. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. You'll make it. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. E-Bill pulling away. Caleb Durgan trying to reel him in. Brandon Barnhart trying to fend off the field for that number 3 spot as he's got Brundage all over the back of him. Aaron Langley working that bottom side in that number 14 as they head through turn at number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Right now it is Trevin Lane in the 07 in that final transfer spot. Tanner Purcell all over the back of him in turn number 1 and 2. Don't count out that number 27 of Michael Swank. He's just on the outside looking in that number 9 spot. Oh, he got in the back of the lane. Lane goes around. Lane goes around. Swank's going to slide through. Swank into the transfer spot. I think Purcell tried to back out of it, but it was too little too late. Swank going to take advantage, move into that final transfer spot as we move back up to the front. 3 laps to go. E-Bill continues to lead the way. Durgan trying to find the line. So we got a bunch of different lines going on here. We will see that as this track progresses through the night here. We may see a bottom line start to build up and become faster as these guys slide through turn number 1 and 2. Brundage in the wall in 1 and 2. Here comes the battle for that number 5 spot. It is right now Aaron Langley in the spot. Thomas Davis with the run down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. It's all E-Bill out front leading the way through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to hit the checkered flag here tonight. Takes the win in heat race number 1. Caleb Durgan, Brandon Barnhart, Nick Brundage, Thomas Davis, Langley, Swank going into the feature. That was definitely unfortunate for Trevin Lane getting turned around there. Him and Purcell both not making it into the feature. They're going to have to race their way through the consi here tonight as we get ready for heat race number 2. That was a pretty good race. Not gonna lie. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2. It is going to be the number 14T of Peyton Talbot. Outside of him, in the number 16 machine, it's going to be Brian Goffmanis. Starting inside row number 2 here tonight, in the number 36 machine, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Ramey. Outside of him, in the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight, in that number 22 machine, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him, in the number 9, it's going to be Joe Matthews. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 25 machine, it's going to be Kenny Cudney. Outside of him in the 144, he's bound to make some kind of noise here tonight. It is going to be Jordan LaFon. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in that number 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Then rounding out the field here tonight after the update in his wheel, it is going to be Damian Ward. We got a lot of 14s here tonight. Yo, what's up, Kenny? I got a feeling he'll get there. I got a feeling he should be able to get there. Been practicing to be able to race these guys again. Man, Shane, you don't race for a while. You definitely seem like you're a little lost when you're out there racing with these guys. Trust me, I know. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Peyton's going to get on the gas as they come across the line. Ryan Goffmanis with a great jump. He's going to move to the inside of Peyton in 1 and 2. He's going to clip the inside wall. That's going to cost him a little bit of time, but still able to stay underneath Talbot as they head through turn number 3 and 4 to complete lap number 1. Talbot going to lead lap number 1. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be side by side for that number 3 spot. Raging Ray trying to keep it. Matt Schaefer trying to take it away as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, I can't even tell you the last time I really tried to sit down and race, and I definitely felt lost in the sauce. Battling for that number 3 spot, top 2 single file. I'll tell you what, Curtis Griffin in the 22 looks like he's got trading pains back on in that number 22 as they come out of turn number 4. Damian Ward trying to move his way up into a transfer spot. Right now he is 1 spot out as he works the high side of Tyson Banks. Kenny Cudney in that final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. Damian Ward trying to dig the high side. That's the only place nobody's at as Jordan LaFont had issues. It sounded like him and go back and take a quick look real quick. Sounded like him and Cudney got together. We're going to see what happened. He just got him. He just got him. Oh, that is unfortunate. Poor Laboon. As Griffin trying to dig up underneath Matthews out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side for that number 5 spot out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Cudney in the final transfer spot. Ward has finally taken that number 8 spot to himself, but it's too little, too late. Yeah, I know. As they come across the line, he's got 1 more lap to get there. Can he find the speed? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. One last time. Damian Ward goes to the bottom, gets the door to Cudney. Out of turn number 4, it takes the final transfer spot away from him. It's going to be Talbot, Goffmanis, Raging Ray, Schaefer, Matthews, Griffin, and D. Ward transferring his way in with the door bang. And 3 and 4. Wild race here tonight in heat race number 2. All right, we are going to re-rack them, restack them for the LCQ as it's getting a little toxic in the chat. Here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be the number 6 of Tanner Purcell. Outside of him, in the number 25, it's going to be Kenny Cudney. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 60 machine, it's going to be Kevin Robinson. Outside of him, in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the number 23 of Mike Werner. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Then rounding out the field here tonight, LaVon, get in there. It's going to be Trevin Lane on the inside of row number 4. Outside of him, it is going to be Jordan LaFont. LaFont just barely made it in there, I think. He waited till the absolute last minute to go ahead and grit in. What a slam fest. You know, I'm honestly, though, heat race number 1 was really good. They got a little excited in heat race number 2, I guess. What's up, Brian? So how you been, Clark? How's the IRL racing going? All right, we are going to get 1 to go as they come across the line. Tanner Purcell and Kenny Cudney on that front row. Who's it going to be here in heat race number 2? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Who are you pulling for? Or not heat race number 2. In the LCQ, who are you pulling for? Top 4 are in. Top 4, bottom 4 going home. looking for that green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Pace truck's in. Green flag is out. Oh, my God. Robinson gets a phenomenal jump down on the bottom side. Cudney almost left out to dry as Robinson digs into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. They're 3 wide at the back as Trevin Lane and Werner get together. They're going to hang out at the back as they come out of turn number 4. I'd love to see Brian take the win. I think everybody likes Brian. I don't know a single person who dislikes Brian Hodge. Somebody tell me different in the chat. But I think Brian Hodge is very likable. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be side by side for that number 2 spot. Kevin Robinson down low. Cudney up high. Drag race down into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, LaFon in the back of Hodge. They pile up in turn number 3 and 4. It's a stack up. In 3 and 4, Brian Hodge going to take the toe. So does Trevin Lane. LaFon going to pull away. Mike Werner in that number 6 spot. Top 4 transfer through. All they got to do is keep it clean. Are they capable as they head into 1 and 2? 4 laps in the books as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. LaFon going to come down onto pit road. He's going to pull out of this one as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Tanner Purcell in that number 1 spot. I'll tell you what, Cudney is digging in the number 25. Is he our new main warrior? Down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, going to be Cudney leading the way, or Purcell leading the way, but Cudney digging in that top lane, trying to find his way around Purcell down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 3 to go at the line. Who's going to be our leader? Is it going to be the 25 of Cudney? Purcell headed at the line down into 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. I'll tell you, Cudney's got that top side digging in turn number 1 and 2, but it might be too little in 3 and 4. Let's watch it this time by as they are going to get 2 to go. Lap traffic up ahead. Cudney had it at the line that time by. Mike doing a great job keeping it up in the top lane, being predictable for these leaders as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Cudney has to pinch down Purcell just a little bit. Purcell digging the bottom. Cudney at the line. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Drag race for the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Purcell going to shove it in hard. Keeps it out of Cudney. Cudney going to dig out of 4. He's going to take the win. Purcell in second, Robinson and Banks, your top 4 going into tonight's feature. Let's get ready for tonight's main event. Up and down, good finish and bad. Oh yeah, that's how it goes. They handicap there, don't they? Do they handicap your starts? Because that makes a huge difference too, especially since that I don't know how rough that track's been this year, but I know that track can get rough. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event. Starting on the pole here tonight. That was wild, LaFon. Starting on the pole here tonight. Oh, on the front row, we got a pair of 14s. On the inside of row number 1 in that number 14 machine, it is going to be E-Bill. Outside of him in the 14T, it's going to be Peyton Talbot. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 17 machine, it is going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 16, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 34 machine, it is going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the number 36, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Remy. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Starting inside row number 5 in that number 1 machine, it's going to be Thomas Davis. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Starting in the number 11 spot, it's going to be Aaron Langley. 12th, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. 13th, it's going to be Michael Swank. Damian Ward in 14th. Kenny Cudney going to start in that number 15 spot. Tanner Purcell in 16th. Kevin Robinson, 17th. And Tyson Banks in that number 18 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Larry says, come on, Damian. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, you can't do that on lap 5. You know, I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't know. Is it too dry? Has it been too dry making it rough? Because the year started off wet, really wet, and then we got really dry, so. 2 laps into this one, E-Bill leads the way. Peyton Talbot in that number 2 spot. Caleb Durgan down low trying to take it as they come down. No Dots car right now. There might be a Dots car later on, but there definitely is not one now. Down into turn at number 1 and 2. They're going to get a single file back to the number 6 spot. Raging Ray with some company. He's going to break away, keep 7th as they head into 3 and 4, trying to dig up underneath Brundage as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. So the front of the field looking all organized, looking good, and then we go back here. Oh, there's a door as Kenny Cudney and Griffin get together out of turn number 2. I don't know. You can tell. Yeah, you love the Dots car. I know. 3 wide as they come out of turn number 4. Oh my God, this is crazy. What is this? 3 wide for the number 11 spot. Cudney thinking about 4 wide as they come out of turn number 2. It is absolute chaos back here for 11th on back as the front of the field, for the most part, stays single file out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. We got some lane changing going on up towards the front, but this is where the battles are really at. The top 4 playing pretty good. We're going to go back to this mess as they head through turn number 3 and 4. And it's going to be Tyson Banks leading the way in this group in that number 11 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, yeah, too much water will make it roll up almost. He's the best because I'm his only supporter. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is Kenny Cudney looking for the number 11 spot down on the bottom, up underneath Tyson Banks as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. This is where the battle. Oh, we got a battle up here as it looks like Goffmanis has gotten his way up underneath Talbot. Watching the battle here for the number 3 spot. Goffmanis down low, Talbot up high as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Great racing here with the leaders, not giving each other too much room, but definitely being respectful as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Banks goes around. Caution flag comes out here for the first time tonight. Damian Ward has got some work to do, I'll tell you that. All right, let's go see what put these guys in the spin cycle. Hard racing right here. Griffin in the middle. Oh, Swank. Oh, Griffin gets it. Oh, Griffin and Swank get together. Did Griffin turn right into Swank? Did he think Swank came down on him? Not really sure what happened there. Maybe there was some net code. So they make a little contact there. Swank doesn't give him a ton of room. There might, yeah, I think there might have been a little net code. Suck those cars together, knocked them up the track. Banks definitely the biggest victim there, as the caution flag comes out here for the first time tonight as we get a big one into turn number 1 and 2. Let the enduro begin. All right, we are going to re-rack them. It's just the regular dirt set, Shane. Just the regular dirt set. 5-0. Looking for the green flag out of turn at number 4. Green flag is out. E-Bill going to lead the way down on the bottom side. Great start by Durgan up high as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. No problem, Shane. Down into turn at number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. It looked, yeah, it kind of looked, because he turned hard left. He turned really hard left when it pulled the nose up into him. Through turn number 3 and 4, door to door. Swank is looking to try and, oh, he's already a lap down as they head into turn number 1 and 2. That's weird. How did Swank end up a lap down? Griffin, too. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be side by side out of turn at number 4. Durgan to the point that time by. So Durgan dug around the high side, took the lead away from E-Bill as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Talbot and Brundage battling it out for the number 4 spot. Brundage, Brundage has grown a lot on iRacing. He has definitely been getting faster and faster each week, and it shows, but he gives Talbot the door there in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn at number 3 and 4. How you been, John? Been a minute since I've seen you out there. As they come out of turn number 4, Talbot with the crossover down into turn number 1 and 2. Talbot going to be up underneath Brundage. Brundage now going to dig to the outside as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. We're going to keep an eye on that lead battle as lap traffic is coming up. Swank at the tail end of the field is currently trying to stay only 1 lap down as they head through 1 and 2. Was it counting caution laps? Did it break and count caution laps or something? Anybody out in the chat watching the race, is that what it did? I think it did. No, it didn't. Trying to see. It might have called caution laps by mistake. I'm not 100% sure how Swank ended up a lap down as Caleb Durgan continues to lead the way. He is pulling away from E-Bill. E-Bill starting to get some pressure from Goffmanis as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Goffmanis looking down low. Goffmanis, sorry, as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get back in line as Brundage has now finally taken that spot away from Talbot. Talbot falling back. Brundage going to get the wall. Opens the door for Talbot down into 3 and 4. Oh, E-Bill drifted way up on the track. He is looking for a little bit different line right now, seeing if he can get that cushion to work. That allows Goffmanis to the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if E-Bill can get that thing ripping up on the high side. Yeah, he definitely has some work to put in. He definitely does. Where is he at? He's up to 12th right now as they come out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Lap traffic up ahead. Michael Swank in that number 27, trying to stay up out of the way of the leaders as they head into turn number 1 and 2. E-Bill moves down to the bottom as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. He knows he needs to get around that lap car, but he is definitely searching for a line. Barnhart going to try slider. Let's see if that starts to get some momentum as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got a blinker up here. It is going to be Nick Brundage in that number 916 as he is actually closing in on 2nd and 3rd as they head down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. This group is starting to close in on 2nd and 3rd. Down into turn at number 3 and 4. We're going to go back through the field, see where we got a battle. Here comes Damian Ward looking for the number 10 spot. Comes across the line. Purcell up high. Damian Ward down low. That's going to put Damian Ward into the number 10 spot. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. It is going to be Damian Ward trying to move his way forward. He's got Cudney up ahead right now. Cudney, our biggest mover, up 6 spots into the number 9 spot. Purcell starting to fall back in a hurry in that number 6 machine as we move back up to the front. I'll tell you what, I think Goffmanis might be a little bit quicker than Caleb Durgan right now. Might be a little bit quicker right now as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Starting to build some marbles up in the corners. We're going to see how that might be able to affect the way these guys run these corners as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn at number 3 and 4. Durgan continues to lead the field. It just looks like it's super hard to pass right now. Everybody looking so even right now. Oh! Matthews in the wall. That might cost him a spot. Banks up underneath them. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Matthews doing a great job not letting that wall tap end his night, but it almost grabbed him. Luckily, it spit him out as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Back up to the front, Goffmanis has caught the back of that number 17. Starting to put the pressure on Caleb Durgan as they run through the slick through turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Bill still trying to get that top side to go as we got 18 laps to go. It'll be interesting to see what happens in this race if we get a caution flag. Everybody, I would imagine these guys running the slick might be burning up their tires a little bit more than the ones running up to the top side. I guess we'll only know if we get a caution flag as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 16 laps to go. Ticking down the laps here tonight. 1 caution flag so far. Raging Ray all over the back of Peyton Talbot as they follow Nick Brundage into turn number 3 and 4. Ray's got to back out of it. Almost goes around a little bit there. Back into that car. Got a little light on him into 3 and 4. Now they're into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to keep it nose to tail out of turn number 2. Damian Ward now up to the number 9 spot, has made his way around Kenny Cudney. Barnhart trying to find his way around Schaefer as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, here comes D. Ward, making his way up further into the top 10 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Barnhart trying to keep it out of Schaefer's corner panel. Almost went around there as they head through turn number 1 and 2. It's starting to get dicey up here as these guys closed in on Ethan Bill. Battle for the lead as Goffmanis looking up underneath Durgan. Down into turn number 1 and 2. 12 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Goffmanis looking down low. Up underneath Durgan. Durgan going to power through turn number 3 and 4. 11 laps to go. Durgan right now says if there's going to be a caution, he wants it to be single file. He needs one more lap. If Goffmanis is going to say, hello, I'm here, as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Goffmanis putting the pressure as they get 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Nose to tail for the lead. This is where some crazy battling's going on. D. Ward looking for his way around these guys as they battle side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Back up to the front. Ryan all over the back of Caleb Durgan down into 1 and 2. Looking low out of turn number 2. Can't quite get it to stick. Who has saved more tire? Here comes Goffmanis up underneath Durgan. Almost able to get the car up under there. Not quite out of turn number 4. It is going to be 8 laps to go. Ryan's going to give him the bump. Ryan gives Durgan the bump in turn number 1 and 2. It is a drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan tries to squeeze him down. They bang door bars out of turn number 4 to the line. New race leader at the line. It's going to be Goffmanis into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan doing all he could to try and pitch him down there, but to no avail as Goffmanis takes the lead to himself out of turn number 4. It is going to be 6 laps to go. Do we have a new golden boy at the top of the boards right now? Can Ryan take the win away from these guys here tonight? Ethan Bill slowly reeling in these guys as they come out of turn number 4. It'll be interesting to see what happens with 5 laps to go. Durgan trying to dig in on that number 16. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Let's take a look at the lap times this time by. Ethan Bill was a little bit quicker than both of them last time. Let's see what it looks like this time by. He is still quicker than both of them through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Goffmanis now putting a little bit of breathing room between him and Durgan as they come down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes E-Bill putting the pressure on Durgan for second. That's exactly what Ryan needs as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go as they come across the line. This time by 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. E-Bill up underneath Durgan. Oh, he's trying to keep it out of him as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. E-Bill going to jump up to the high side. He's going to grab the cushion. Look for the move when he goes to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. He's going to try to take that momentum up underneath him. Maybe he ships it into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. White flag is out looking for the checkered. This time by. It is all Goffmanis into turn number 3 and 4. He takes the win here tonight. Durgan second. E-Bill third. Brundage. Peyton Talbot your top 5. Good racing up at the front. Ryan with a big win here tonight in that number 16. This could be an interesting interview here tonight, as it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis with the win. Caleb Durgan in second. Going to be E-Bill in third. Nick Brundage in fourth. Peyton Talbot in that number 5 spot. Ragin' Ray in 6th. Brandon Barnhart in 7th. Going to be Damian Ward making his way up to the number 8 spot. Matt Schaefer in 9th. Kenny Cudney in 10th. Going to be Aaron Langley in 11th. Tanner Purcell in 12th. Tyson Banks in 13th. Joseph Matthews in that number 14 spot. Thomas Davis 15th. Michael Swink 16th. Curtis Griffin 17th. And Kevin Robinson in that number 18 spot. Let's go ahead and see if these guys are in the Discord. We know Dirk. Oh, they are all in there. Ryan, I'm going to have to change your name because you were definitely running the low line that race. No more wall famous. All right, great running here tonight. E-Bill, you go out there, you get the pole. You will get the heat win. but Durgan gets a phenomenal restart on that caution and takes the lead away from you. You were able to reel those guys back in, but it was just too little too late at the end of that one.
Yeah, I let him roll me a little too much. I should have just never went. That's what gave the race away for me. But hats off to Ryan G. He was flying.
Yeah, definitely some good racing up at the front. You know, a little bit of doors, but you know, normal short track dirt racing, but had to be a lot of fun out there. It seemed like overall everybody was pretty respectful.
With this track and with how they pre-gen it, I mean, it's follow leader unless you move somebody out the way. And I was just trying all kinds of different lines and wasn't too far off the pace. It's so bottom dominant here when it's like this.
Yeah, it's definitely. You know, this is one of those tracks where I feel like they almost ruined it with the dirt rebuild because I feel like this was better before tire wear and the dirt rebuild. But some of the other tracks got better too. But great run here tonight. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I gotta thank Izzy Trucking and Rigging, All County Garage Door, Gen X Electrical Contractors, Advanced Pro Tile Creations, Precision Hydraulic and Oil, Powertrain Supply, Danny's Pizza Pizzazz, Fast Line Performance, ERK Steering, Donald's Welding Services, Ribs Taxidermy, BP Skulls, Ham Lettering, all the guys that keep a small team. Sent it sets to Ryan G. He did a good job. Hats off to him. That's about it.
Great run here tonight and good solid third place finish. I bet you wish it was 75 laps like it used to be.
It's all right. I'll take a top 3. I'm happy.
Good run tonight. Caleb Durgan.
Hey.
Do I get like a $2,500 tip here? No, I'm just kidding. We missed you last week.
I don't know.
We missed you last week, but it was definitely worth missing last week for you, I'm sure. But good run here tonight. Took the lead away from E-Bill early. Good battle there with you and Ryan. It was super hard to pass here tonight.
Yeah. I was honestly really bad, and I knew the only shot I had at getting in front of the 14 was to get a good start, and thankfully I'm talented enough to do that, so I did that. And then, I really wasn't that good, and then Go Famous wanted to use me up a little bit, so next time he's around, he'll have one coming for him. But and all in all, it was a good night. I'm glad that I think I have the points lead over Peasant Damian Ward now, so moving on to Lernerville, I think we're set good.
You know, you had a big week last week. Had to be exciting. You come into these officials, man. Does that take some of the excitement out of the officials when almost? If that race was a little bit longer, I probably could have said you were winning that one, but almost winning that one, that had to be big. How does that affect how you run these officials? I mean, it's got to take some of the excitement out of it.
I honestly could care less about them. Like, probably last season I'd come in here and be all upset about getting beat, but I honestly could care less. I'll move on to next week and smoke them. So, I don't know. Officials are dead now. The only officials that are really good is when, Conrad or Loic and Tyler and all them come out for, the tracks that race well. So, that's when I enjoy racing the most. I'm glad that, Randy's gone and all of his little cronies that were ruining the big block scene for a while. And I think this winter a lot of people are getting back on. So the big block side of things should be a lot more fun.
Well, good run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Everyone on this rig, you for broadcasting, and yeah, I don't know. That's it.
Good run. Ryan, man, you had a little bit of work to do here tonight. Getting up to the lead, you made your way around Damian Ward. He looked like he was trying to get something up on the top side to work. It did not work. Man, it was hard to pass. You had to give the little bump and run to Durgan, but man, you guys had a good side by side battle there for a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was just a lot faster, and like I got to him, and I didn't want to move him like that. It's just when it's a single lane track like that, you got to do something when you know you're faster than the guy. And I pretty sure if he was in the same seat I was in, I think he would have done the same thing, honestly. But you know, hats off to, you know, him for, you know, having a good race. E-Bill for having a good race. He had the setup on Dig. But other than that, I mean, I thought it was a good race, honestly. It's just, you know, obviously didn't want that to happen and have it like a race like that.
You know, you were one of those ones that took a little bit of time off, and we had Shane Yates in the chat tonight, and he was like, man, I haven't been on in about 6 months, and I'm trying to figure out how to run with these guys again. You come back, and it's a whole different build, and you were always topside dominant. Here, you got to learn a whole different way to drive. How has that transition been for you? I mean, to be able to turn around and turn it into wins now?
It's been good, honestly. Like, I don't know. I feel like running the middle to bottom is just fun, like better. I don't know. I only ran the top because I was get up there. Obviously, I just didn't have the good enough throttle control like the can like just just to run that line like middle to bottom and the before like now I'm just gotten better with that keeping the car straight like with big blocks that's big when the track's slick and you got to run the middle. I mean like just back then you could run the top and be good, you know what I mean, because of the wall riding thing, but now like I feel like it's different. You just got to run middle sometimes and sometimes the top will be there also.
Well, great run here tonight. You got anybody you want to give a shout out to? Friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I gotta thank E-Bill for the set. Thing was on Dig. That was a really good set. Jack, my uncle, Kurt, my dad, everyone that helps out. Matt's in Overhead Doors, Johnny, freaking Brendan, everyone else is over there.
Well, good run. Appreciate the good race, guys, and enjoy your finishes. And I will see you guys next week.
Hold on,
Yeah, thank you
can we
very
take a hold on? I got something to say real quick. Let's not
Okay.
forget about last season when Caleb did the same move to me, and now it gets done to him, and he's upset about it. I just wanted to point that out.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, honestly, that happened. But you know,
He got moved, he was in the way.
that goes to where I've said before, where it's too cliquish sometimes, or all the time. That's part of it. So I mean, if it was somebody else, it probably wouldn't be the same reaction.
Oh no, absolutely not. If he did it to somebody else, he'd be laughing about it. But since it happened to him, he was butthurt that he got moved because he was in the way.
Well, good run,
But,
guys.
nope.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
James. Thank you for the broadcast, as always.
Yeah. Appreciate.
I'm sure,
I appreciate
other-
you and your
other than
family.
that
Karen's
race-
out there every week.
I'm sure other than that move in the race, it was kind of boring to watch. I mean, it felt boring just riding around. But
Well, they were 3 and 4 wide in the back, so it gave me
were
something
they?
to watch. Yeah.
I think I looked at my mirror like twice, and that was when I went to go
11th
down
on
the
back.
line.
11th on back was insane.
Jeez.
But I'm gonna go watch the super race. Enjoy your 3rd place finish, and I'm sure I'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll might as well finish the season out right.
Of course. Hopefully they give us some
they did.
changes worth showing up for next season.
I really hope that they make some changes. Like throw us all for a curveball, so we all have to relearn it. I'm down for it.
I mean, you guys. So I got you here. I might as well talk about it. You get rule changes every year. A lot of times, and you get track surfaces that are totally different. It wouldn't be out of the realm for iRacing to do little things, even if people say it's not realistic, but keep people on the toes, because it'll definitely keep the attitude better. Honestly,
Like setup wise, nowhere near realistic, but comparing iRacing to real life, like really realistically, the only thing that you can take from that is just learning how to drive the car as straight as you can without shoving speed. That's about it. Other than that, setups aren't even close to what real life is. Like what I run in my car, yeah, absolutely. What I run in my car is nowhere near what I run on iRacing.
I heard it's backwards almost.
It's way backwards.
Yeah, it's wild. But I mean, like, to keep people on their toes and to keep things evolving, it's always good to have the changes. Make some different, holes in the track. Some tracks get the bump, but the bump's always in the same spot.
Right.
You know, you and I have been around racing long enough to know that it doesn't even do that through a season. It's in a different spot. You know, sometimes you keep the same one, but the next season it's totally different. You know, you get rule package changes that change how the car drive. You know, tire compounds change. There's a lot of different things that I honestly think they should go back to season 1 of tire wear.
Yeah,
because it made people run their own race.
Yeah, because you had to save a little bit. You had to, like, you can push the car when you needed to, or like I said, back off at times.
When you can't make the track change like a real life track does, which you can't in iRacing. Not quite. No. They just don't have it there yet anyway. The next best thing is to make the tire wear. It might be excessive compared to IRL standards, but what it does is it allows people to set up to run the bottom and some to set up to run the top, you know, depending on how they want to run and where they want to run, and created a lot of multi-groove, great racing, good passing. And I hope they bring some heavy tire wear back. We might have to go to the forums and lobby for that, and then back to every 2 hours.
Even if they added more power to these cars, I'm all down for more power too. And then
because there definitely isn't enough for a big block.
I mean, the big block, to me, if I feel like it could use more power. That's my personal opinion.
I think
big block feels like what a spec would be, and the spec feels like what a crate would be.
Do watch much? What game is this? What's up, Nathan and Burke? It's up after this. ARCA's up after this. I appreciate you, Ethan, and hopefully we get some good changes next season.
You can only hope, right?
For sure.
All right, James. Thank you. See you
later, bud. All right, what's up, Waddell? All right, we are in qualifying. Looks like Willie Cuddy gonna put down that first quick time. Here comes Brandon Barnhart to the top of the charts in the 101. So Brandon Barnhart going to go up to the top of the boards here in qualifying. Who else we got? Caleb Boykin. I mean, there's some names that I don't normally see as often. Caleb Boykin out on the track. That's a name. 30-35, right? Oh, not too much. What's up, Brandon? All right, so right now it is Brandon Barnhart at the top of the charts. Do we not have Waddell in here? Is Waddell not racing with us tonight? Jeez. I'm telling you, there's a lot of drivers. There are some drivers I haven't seen in a while running tonight, but it is Lernerville as these guys come across as Caleb Boykin comes across in 7th place in his qualifying run. Joey Lindgren out on the track. Hayden Tolson coming out in the 327. This is definitely a Hayden Tolson style track right here at Lernerville. You've had some good runs. I'll tell you what. Your old teammate there, Caleb Durgan, was ripping for the spring fling. He was ripping at that in there. They got to be glad there wasn't another 10 more laps, 15 more laps, because he was coming. All right, here comes Hayden Tolson across the line. Let's see what kind of lap he's going to put down here tonight in the 327. Ooh, he's back to 8th in that 327. That actually surprised me as Lucas Rourke to the top of the charts in the number 5 machine. Who the fuck are these guys, right? All right, let's go see where Joey Lindgren is right now in that number 1 machine as they come down the back straightaway. Right now, it is going to be Lucas Rourke at the top of the charts. How about Gaines in the number 3 spot? Lindgren going to hit it 14th, and that is going to be the end of qualifying as it looks like it's going to be Lucas Rourke with the quick time here tonight. All right, let's get ready to stack them up here in heat race number 1. We got 24 cars. We are sending 6 of them home here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be the number 5 machine of Lucas Rourke. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 92 machine, it is going to be Jason McManus. Outside of him, in the number 24, it's going to be Knox Lumley. Starting inside, row number 3, in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him, in the number 82, is it 82? I always forget. 62, sorry, 62, it's going to be Carson Jenkins. Starting inside, row number 4, in the number 23 machine, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Outside of him, in the number 35, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwidge. Starting inside, row number 5 here tonight. Some of these numbers, I just don't know these guys' number. I'm just trying to go take a look. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be Jaden Anderson. Outside of him, in the number 17, he's in the 33. In the number 17, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Then rounding out the field here tonight, in the number 17, or 71, it's going to be Caleb Boykin. Outside of him, in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. No, you know, Lucas Rourke is definitely a bottom split driver. So is Stephen Gaines. These guys suck. Look at this front row. It's got to be like an 800 SOF. I mean, Lucas can't even keep his internet connected, let alone drive a race car. All right, looking for the green flag this time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Who's it gonna be here tonight in heat race number 1 as they come out of 2 down the back straightaway? When is Lucas Rourke gonna fire him off? I honestly like Gaines's car. Looks really good. That is a good looking car. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Oh my God, Rourke, where are you going? As he got a little tight, maybe hit the bump a little bit there up the track, and so does Stephen Gaines in turn number 1 and 2. Gaines going to lose a ton of spots into 3 and 4. No crab walkers, Demon. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Big run for Hayden Tolson on the outside. That's going to move him into the top 3 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Gaines trying to dig back in the number 4 spot is Stuckwidge. And wow. Stuckwidge and McManus get together. I think it was McManus all the way back now to the number 9 spot. Top 7 going to transfer through. That's going to put Jaden Anderson in that final transfer spot as 1 is up and over. That is going to be Carson Jenkins in 3 and 4. A ton of damage on that car. He's going to take the tow as here comes Hayden Tolson in the 327. I knew this was his type of track as Gaines gets into the back of the 24 and Lumley. Oh, big door by Anderson. Anderson just comes over and absolutely demolishes Stephen Gaines in turn number 3 and 4. Oh, the 92 of McManus and Anderson make contact. As we got one around up and over. That is going to be Boykin as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Gaines gaining on McManus as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Tolson gaining on our leader. Oh, Tolson over out of turn number 4. He's going to slide up in just ahead of Gaines. Gaines going to get around him. Tolson with a good recovery there. Dropping back to the number 6 spot. They're going to park it. Oh, the 92 of McManus goes around. McManus goes around, and this is Lucas Rourke's race to lose right now as he is well out front. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Lucas with the win here tonight. Lumley going to slide it home in second. Stuckwidge, Stephen Gaines, Hayden Tolson, Jaden Anderson, Matthew Watts, and Willie Cuddy going to tonight's feature. What a derby here in heat race number 1. I will definitely say Stephen Gaines parked it, and Tolson did not lift, and that was bad news for McManus, but he might have kind of deserved that a little bit. That's not boding well for tonight's feature, though. If it's going to get that toxic, we're going to see a lot of issues here tonight as these guys are going to pull out on the track here for heat race number 2. Let's go ahead and pull up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 7 machine, it is going to be Cole Hasty. I have no clue who he is, Nathan. Outside of him, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Brandon Barnhart with Diesel Jones outside of him. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Logan Cotels. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Outside of him, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 1 machine, it's going to be Joey Lingron. Outside of him, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Sorry, I did that wrong, I guess. No, I didn't. Inside row number 5, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him, it's going to be Chase Copeland. Then rounding out the field here tonight on the inside of row number 6 is going to be JP Shed. Outside of him, it's going to be Trey Mills. I definitely don't know who some of these people are. It's a little weird for me. Go Barnhart says user 6342377928817. What's up, buddy? We got him stacked up into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for the green flag this time by Cole. Going to lead the field as Cray Wheeler 2 is outside in that number 79 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Barnhart almost over rotates it. Good jump by Cole as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Wheeler. Wheeler's going to give him the door in turn number 1 and 2. Cole was cutting down. Cray was sliding up. They make contact as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to have the lead at the line? It's going to be Cole at the line. Diesel Jones rolling up in that number 44. That is a number I'm not used to seeing Diesel Jones in as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Move Diesel Jones up to that number 2 spot. Barnhart going to slide into that number 3 position out of turn number 4. Here comes Wheeler back to the bottom as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Wheeler up the track. Barnhart going to thread the needle out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is all Cole. Oh, Cole over the edge out of turn number 4. Stays in the throttle, loses a couple spots, but stays in a transfer position as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Now he's going to fall back to the number 8 spot as Chase Copeland's in. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Diesel Jones leading the way. Brandon Barnhart second. Here comes Pasta. Joey Lingron as he's snaked his way up through the field, up into that number 3 spot. Down the back straightaway. Oh, Wheeler's getting turned. Wheeler, big wreck down the back straightaway. Big wreck. It looked like Trey Mills, Wheeler, JP Shed, all caught up in that one as they head into turn number 1 and 2. That is going to change the whole dynamic of this race as they come into turn number 3 and 4. This top split official. It doesn't really look like top split official, but it is definitely top split official as Diesel Jones makes a mistake and goes off in 3 and 4. He's going to lose a ton of spots. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Jones. It is Brandon Barnhart with the lead. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Jones going to stay on the throttle. Big run down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Brandon Barnhart with the win. Lingron, Jones, Copeland, Cole Hasty, Devin Ferguson, and Derek Dryman going into the feature. It looks like Wheeler, Banks, Cotels, Trey Mills, and JP Shed going to the Consi. So we are going to have a big Consi here, boys. We are going to have a 10-car Consi. 4 people going into the feature here tonight. 6 are going home as we look into the B main here tonight. Once they get gridded up, there they go. Let's hit up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight. In the B main, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Outside of him, in the number 79, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Starting inside, row number 2, in that number 92 machine, it's going to be Jason McManus. Outside of him, in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him, it is going to be Logan Cotelis. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight. It is going to be Caleb Boykin. Outside of him, it's going to be Trey Mills. Wow. And then JP Shed, Durgan, Boykin, and Jenkins did not grid up. That actually surprises me a lot. Those guys are going to take a hit in their I rating. Looks like Boykin just left. All those guys left, huh? Hey, look, Nick's in there. Blake Majulis is in there. What's up, Blake? All right, we are looking for the green flag. 4 transfer through, 2 going home here tonight or 3 going home, 4 transferring through, as a lot of the field did not show up here for the LCQ. By a lot of the field, 30%. 3 drivers did not show up as they head into turn number 1 and 2. All right, Willie leading the field with Willie leading the field with Cray on his outside as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. What's up, Matthew? I seen you say hi to Kenny a little while ago. Green flag is out as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Willie Cuddy leading the way. Cray Wheeler second. Tyson Banks and McManus racing for that number 3 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. McManus trying to thread the needle. He's going to slide into the number 3 spot. Banks goes to the bottom. He's going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. McManus with the run on the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. These guys have to be careful to not go up and over the edge. Trey Mills still digging in that number 5 spot. He's going to look down low. Slides up in front of Banks. He's going to take that 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Logan and Banks behind him into turn number 3 and 4. Logan going to throw the slider into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Banks with the cut down. He's going to take that number 4 spot back into turn number 1 and 2. Trey Mills up the 4th. Banks trying to roll that bottom down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's what? Oh, we got one up and over. It's going to be Logan. Up and over on turn number 4. Back up to that final transfer spot. Mills with a little bit of breathing room as these guys come down the back straightaway. They have to just be careful as Cuddy sticks that right rear almost up and over the edge as they head into turn number 1 and 2. No dots car. No dots car. I think the next race might be your best opportunity. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 4 laps to go here in the LCQ. So these guys really flirting with that top lane. Let's go back on the far. Let's go on the chase cam just so you can see. Can you suck it? See how close they are to the edge of this track, trying to not go up and over as Willie's going to lead it that time by. Cray Wheeler now with a bumper full of Jason McManus down the back straightaway, down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, looks like Trey Mill and Tyson Banks are closing up on this battle for the number 2 spot. Mills trying to get himself a little bit of cushion. If they get racing too hard, Banks will be up in the battle as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Burke, you got chocolate? Down into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, through turn number 3 and 4. One last time, Willie Cuddy gonna take the win in the B main. Cree Wheeler second, McManus and Mills your top 4. Banks, Cotelis, Shed going home here tonight. It is hosted Burke. Just gotta look for my name in about 6 minutes, probably like 7 minutes, because you know how iRacing hosting can be. As we get ready for tonight's main event. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 5 machine, it is going to be Lucas Rourke. Outside of him in the 101, it is going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 24 machine, it is going to be Knox Lumley. Outside of him in the number 1, it's going to be Joey Lingeron. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 35 machine, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwich. Outside of him in the number 44, it's going to be Diesel Jones. Starting inside row number 4 in the 07 machine, it is going to be Stephen Gaines. Outside of him in the number 1, it's going to be Chase Copeland. Starting inside row number 5 in that 327 machine, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him in the number 7, it's going to be Cole Hasty. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 33 machine, it is going to be Jaden Anderson. Outside of him, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Starting inside row number 7 here tonight in that number 11 machine, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him in the number 44, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 23 machine, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Outside of him in the number 79, it's going to be Crate Wheeler. Then rounding out the field here tonight on the inside of row number 9 in the number 92 machine, it's going to be Jason McManus. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Trey the Future Mills. Looking for that green flag as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight as the green flag is out? Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Lucas Rourke going to lead the way. Lumley in second as they get single file. This is going to be 2x2 for third on back. Brandon Barnhart trying to fight up on that outside as Lindgren going to snake down the bottom out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Moody for president, right? I don't know what kind of PC you can get for $400 anymore. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be side by side. I'll tell you what, Lindgren has that bottom side ripping. He has now gotten third, looking for second as he is up underneath Lindgren into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn number 4, move Lindgren up into that number 2 spot. Lumley on the high side is falling back to third. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, that top side now starting to catch up a little bit, as he was able to stay side by side down the back straightaway across the line. Looks like Lumley might be gaining some ground up on the high side as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard to find anything, any kind of PC for $400. It would definitely have to be an old one. eBay special. Do people even do that on eBay anymore? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Lumley. Lumley with a slide for the lead. Cut down by Lucas. He's going to have the lead again, that time by no new race leader as Lumley trying to go to work on that number 5 of Lucas Rourke as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Rourke going to hit that cushion. Rotates around the top of turn number 3 and 4. Lumley trying to gain some ground as Lindgren has solidly settled himself into that number 3 spot. Stuckwich up to the number 4 spot. Diesel Jones in 5th. Who fell all the way back? Brandon Barnhart has fallen all the way back to the number 8 spot. Stephen Gaines trying to make some moves in that 07 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Let's go check on our race leader. Rourke continues to lead. Lumley second. Lindgren in third. Lindgren with a bumper full of the number 35 Ethan Stuckwich out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Who's it gonna be at the line? It is still Rourke with 10 laps complete. So it looks like everybody's starting to get settled in up on the top side. Looks like it's really, really, really hard to pass right now. We might see a few doors for some passes here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Hayden Tolson looking low on Stephen Gaines. McManus has fallen all the way back to that number 18 spot as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, another big loser, the 33 of Jaden Anderson. He's back 6 spots to the number 17 position. Ferguson back 3 spots to the number 15 spot. And Cole Hasty all the way back to number 14 position. He's back 4 positions as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Looks like this battle from about third on back is starting to heat up as Diesel Jones and Stuckwich both trying to make moves on Lingron to the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Jones in the 44 out of turn number 4. Definitely looking better on the high side of turn number 3 and 4. Barnhart almost bit the dust there as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Bottom side of 1 and 2. Oh, we got one over. It's going to be Stephen Gates. He's going to re-enter out of turn number 4. No caution flag. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to be careful. Oh, contact as Dryman gets into Gaines. Back up to the front. Lucas going to lead the way by a ton. 1.2 seconds over Knox Lumley. Lingron with a ton of Stuckwich all over the back of him as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Those big, yeah, that could be possible. But how well is it? It depends on if it's gonna. The CPU is the important part for iRacing. In reality, you can get away with a cheaper GPU than you can a CPU. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Hayden Tolson on Diesel Jones as these guys go back and forth for position into 1 and 2. Diesel Jones going to slide Tolson back with the cut down. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Tolson thinks about sliding. It is not there. A little bit of contact out of turn number 4. Dryman in the wall down the front straightaway. He's going to go low on Tolson. So Tolson giving him little to no room, puts him in the wall down the front straightaway. How will Diesel Jones respond to that one as they head into turn number 3 and 4? Lucas set and sail in that number 5 machine. Knox Lumley in second. Lingron in third. Stuckwich in 4th. Hayden Tolson in 5th. Diesel Jones in 6th as they come out of turn number 4. Yeah. I'm actually peaked out on the CPU. I got an AM4 board. So next upgrade I get, I'm going to be, it's going to be a total upgrade. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Lucas Rourke leads the way. Knox Lumley second. Joey Lingron in third. Stuckwich in that number 4 spot. Down the back straightaway. Yeah, I bought mine a few years. Oh, we got one over. It's Diesel Jones. And turn number 3 and 4 brings out that caution flag. Yeah, I've had mine. I got a 3070 and I have a 57 X3D, which is the max. Well, 5800 X3D is the max for mine, but the difference between the 57 and the 5800 X3Ds was so minimal for the price difference. I went with the 5700, and knowing that the next time I upgrade, it's just going to be board, GPU, and CPU. Be a whole new PC build. So Diesel Jones over the edge, bringing out the caution flag. We're going to go back and see if I can find out. Let's go see if we can figure out what happened to Diesel Jones there. Oh, the caution might not have been Diesel Jones. He did go up and over, but Devin Ferguson with an issue. He just goes over. Let's see what actually brought out the caution flag. I didn't see this. Oh, big contact there as they get together. Ferguson and McManus, I think it was, getting together. It is Kern. It should be up. It's Kern. "22 laps into this one as we look for the green flag down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight? Yeah, it's up. It's up. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Got a few people in there. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Lucas Rourke leading the way. Knox Lumley in that number 24 car, going to dig down the back straightaway. But watch the one of Joey Lingron as he's going to slide it into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Lingron. Easy cut down by Rourke. Rourke leads the way. Here comes Lumley in that number 24, slides up the track. Rourke's got to make a move down the back straightaway, threads the needle into turn number 3 and 4. Back up to the top, and it's going to be Rourke at the line as they come by, this time by. Here comes Tolson. Tolson in the 327. He's looking to dig the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Rourke leads the way as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail up on that top side. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Lingron. He's going to slide in 1 and 2. No! He had to get on the binders to not kill Rourke out of turn number 2. Lumley going to easily pass him down the back straightaway. Here comes Lingron back to the bottom side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Cut down by Lingron. Lingron going to thread the needle as we get a caution flag. Caution flag comes out. Well, let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he went over. Oh, no. Turtle. Jaden Anderson stepped on the dick, and yeah, caution flag comes out. That is not what Lucas Rourke wanted to see. I promise you that. Promise you that. That was way too competitive of a restart for him last time. I guarantee he did not want to see that caution. Tire saving is a big deal here in the series, especially on this track. You got a thin line up on the top side. You're trying to hold the right rear on there. If you burn that right rear up, there's no grip. You will go up and over here at Lernerville. So tire management is going to be a big thing for these guys here tonight. We're going to see if somebody uses too much up. They could fall backwards in a hurry as we are going to get 1 to go at the line this time by. 1 to go as they come across the line. Matthew, you lied to me. You're in there. Looks like we got Lovelace, Autry, Tony Black, Weatherington, Matthew Pye, Moody, Hoffman, Storkson, Burke, Harrell, Clint Sheehan, Chastity, and Chad House up in that race right now. If you guys are interested in the ARCA Dirt, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Lucas Rourke back to the lead. Lumley down low into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Lumley trying to find that lead. I'll tell you what, Lingron did not get the same kind of start he got last time as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Tolson looking low on Lingron. Lingron going to get the run out of turn number 2. Yellow flag comes out once again. We're getting a flurry of cautions here late in this one. Oh, Diesel kind of getting forced up and over and steps on the brakes because he didn't want to rejoin and wreck those guys. Caution flag comes out. Caution flag is out once again. We got a few caution laps to do here. This is unfortunate. No, it's top split official. Top split official. Top split egos. Lego my ego. Let's see what we got going on here. Anybody new in there? Nobody new in there yet. As we got these. What's up, Butterfield? How you been? As they head through turn number 3 and 4, let's see if they get that 1 to go this time by. I think they're going to get it this time by. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. All right, how many laps we got? We gotta go. I gotta go to the other race, guys. You guys are gonna have to step on it. Loud pedal on the right. It's gonna be 20 laps to go when they take the green flag. Lucas Rourke and Knox. I'll tell you, Knox has been getting better with these restarts. Lucas is not wanting to continue to have to restart with that number 24 because Lumley might have something for him here tonight as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come across the line. Lumley with another great start. He's going to move the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Can't get the drive off, but Lingron does. Up underneath Lumley, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Haymaker by Lingron slides up the track, cut down by Rourke. Lingron going to throw a haymaker in turn number 1 and 2. Once again, that wasn't as much a haymaker. Slides up the track, grabs that cushion. Big run for Rourke out of turn number 2. Down into 3 and 4. Lingron back up the track, slider into turn number 3 and 4. Rourke with the lead. Here comes Lumley in that number 24. He says, that looks fun. Let me try it. Slides up in front of Rourke. Rourke back with the cut down. Big issues off of turn number 2 as we got cars up off the track. Green flag stays out as they come out of turn 4. Rourke back to the lead as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So I think Rourke has led every lap so far, even with this craziness as they come out of turn number 2. Rourke back to the point into turn number 3 and 4. Top 3 going to go single file. Oh, we got one up and over. Off the track in turn number 3 and 4. That is Cray Wheeler, I think it is, maybe. No, it was Matthew Watts, I think, in the number 11. Back up to the front. It is going to... Holy cow. 1,581 days. That's insane. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, Lucas Rourke leads the way. Knox Lumley second. Lingron in third. Stuckwood in that number 4 spot. Chase Copeland in 5th. I forget about that. Followage, exclamation followage over there on Facebook until you come in and do it. Wow, 1,413 days. As the caution flag comes out here once again, it looks like it might be Hayden Tolson and Derek Dryman, maybe. So Tolson goes for the slider and does not expect Dryman to do the cut down. Both of them go around, and the caution flag comes out. 1,100 days. That's a lot of days. It's been a few years for sure. Yeah, they just need to shorten it up to years. Hold on. Let's do the math. Let's do the math here. 1,581 days divided by. So yeah, it's over 4 years. For 1,500, both the 1,500 and the 1,400, I think, are both over 4 years. Looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Nope, we're not looking for the green flag. As we are 36 laps into this one, it is going to be a 13-lap shootout here. Yeah. You bought a race car. What did you get? What did you get? Can I drive it? You need a driver? Did you buy a race car or did you buy a midlife crisis? Tell us the truth, Butterfield. Because that would definitely be my midlife crisis. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4. Lucas Rourke on the gas. Lumley with a great... You got a mod light? Yeah, mod light. That doesn't surprise me. Stuckwood is turned around in turn number 1 and 2. Broken right front, but they keep green. Slide job by Lumley. Here comes Rourke with the cut down. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Why is he staying out there? Is he going to pull a caution? That's so dumb if he does. Down the back straightaway looking for turn and number 3 and 4. Rourke leads the way. Lumley second. Lingron in third as they come out of turn number 4. Chaos from 5th on back. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Gaines has made his way back up to the field. Going to slide Cole in turn number 1 and 2. Both these guys had damage to the nose. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Cole with the slide. Lingron trying to work that bottom. It is not there as Copeland's going to go around and slide his way into third. Here comes Stephen Gaines in the 07. He's got Mills up underneath him. Here comes Cole back in the mix as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Mills. Cut down by Gaines. Great move by Gaines. Out of turn number 4. He's going to take the spot back. Yeah, I know. I know it cuts it close. We only got 9 laps here anyway. Cut down by Gaines out of turn number 2. He's going to take that spot back down the back straightaway. Great battle for 5th. Slide job by Mills. Cut down by Gaines out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. They are racing for the number 3 spot up ahead of this as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Cole. Back with the cut down by Gaines. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Great battle for 3rd. Copeland going to slide Lindgren back as they come out of turn number 4. Door down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track for Lindgren. I got all tied up there. Copeland had to get on the binders. He's going to slide into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Lindgren out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Great battle for that number 3 spot into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, I imagine. It's going to be a blast. Oh, contact. I think there might have been a little net cut there as Copeland and Lindgren get together into turn number 3. Lindgren going to keep that number 3 spot. Copeland going to fall in line. Gaines in the number 5 spot, currently holding onto that. Mills trying to chase in on him as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 4 laps to go. Does Lumley have anything for Rourke? I don't think so. Unless he's got something he's been hiding as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Now is not the time to leave anything on the table. I'll tell you what, these guys aren't back here as they come down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. You know, Gaines found a little bit of speed. That mid-low side in turn number 1 and 2. He found something, a little bit of grip or something coming out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. These guys, Lumley really pushing it, keeping it nice and straight through turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Is he too far back as they head through turn number 1 and 2? That's a lot of 2s as they come down the back straightaway. Yeah, I get it. Out of turn number 2, it is going to be white flag, 1 lap to go for Lucas Rourke and Knox Lumley. We've got a hell of a battle back here for that number 5 spot. Looks like Trey Mills has it as they head through turn number 3 and 4 one last time. Give the win to Lucas Rourke. Knox Lumley second. Lindgren, Copeland, and Trey Mills rounding out the field. Let's go through these results real quick and jump over to that ARCA race. It is going to be Lucas Rourke with the win, Lumley second, Lindgren in third. Going to be Copeland in the number 4 spot, Trey Mills in a 5th, Cole in a 6th. Going to be Trey Wheeler in the number 7 spot, Stephen Gaines in 8th, Diesel Jones in 9th. Going to be Willie Cuddy in that number 10 spot, Brandon Barnhart 11th, McManus in 12th. Going to be Derek Dryman in the number 13 spot, Hayden Tolson in 14th, Ferguson in 15th. Going to be Watson 16th, Stuckwood 17th, and Jaden Anderson in that number 18 spot. You know, it's the best feeling in the world being a dad. I promise you that. I know Butterfield knows that, and I know that Nathan now knows that. As we are going to jump over into the ARCA race. If anybody jumps in from that race into Discord, I will give him an interview. I just got to jump over here. So I got to jump out and jump over. Looks like we might have a few people in there. Definitely looking like a full server for Kern. Definitely looking for a full server for Kern. We're going to see if anybody is in the Discord. I don't see anybody over there. No surprise, we haven't gotten those guys in the routine over there on the super side except for Nathan. Nathan's nice enough to come visit us. If you guys are watching and you want the Discord over on Facebook, I need to change it over on Twitch. If you need it over on Twitch, let me know. But over on Facebook, it is in the description. If it's in the description on YouTube, and if you are over on TikTok, it is up on in the profile. So, guys, go check that out as I load into the ARCA race. We'll see how these guys are doing. As we load in there. Should have a solid field here tonight. Your youngest just started college, man. Way to make me feel old. Am I younger than you? I'm 44. My oldest is going into high school this year, so my youngest is going into 6th grade. Red Rocket. The Red Rocket's what got him in trouble. All right, so all right, hold on. Computer's being a little funky here. All right, so everything decided to jump over to the middle screen, so I got to move all that stuff over. Hold on a second. Huh. Okay, I might be all right. All right, I think we are all right. Let's go ahead and pull up this. What's up, nerds? Oh, they reckon. All right, let's see what these guys think I need to. All right, Moody, how we looking tonight?
It's gonna be tricky. I'm not even hitting full throttle at any point on the track right now.
Oh boy, you heard it there. I got you by 2 years, and your kids are older. Damn, I'm old. The grays show it. All right, let's get ready for qualifying. All right, guys, let you know there is 3 laps of qualifying. 3 laps for qualifying here. Use them how you want them. It will be 2 heat races and a consi. Total of 40 laps here tonight for the main event. The heat races and the consis will be run like an official. It'll be top 6 from each heat race, top 4 from the consi. There will be no caution flags. There are cautions in the feature. All right, so these guys out on the track. Yeah, you did start young. These guys out on the track. Looks like we have Tyler Autry second in points right now on the track, looking to get a win here tonight in that number 8 machine. He's going to set the bar here awfully early with a 16.229, currently at the top of the charts. It's going to be David Hayes in second, Storkson and Braden. Your top 4 right now. Looks like Clint Sheehan out on the track. Landon Moody, our points leader, currently out on the track in the number 84 machine. He's going to be second quick. How about Autry? Can Autry hold on to the pole, or will Moody find a little bit more speed here tonight? Kind of curious on how this one's going to close out here tonight. It is going to be a tricky track here tonight. Oops, I picked the wrong one. Hold on. I'll switch to that one. All right. The MDiTV logo up there. I got to do an ARCA logo. Moody going to go quick time with a 16.198. Trying to maximize those bonus points. Autry has nothing left for him. Lovelace out on the track right now in the 00. Let's see. He is currently 4th on the boards. He is working lap number 2. Zach Lovelace coming out of turn at number 4. Let's see where he puts that car. He's going to go second quick in the 00. I'll tell you what. He has been getting quicker and quicker. I don't think he's going to be quicker to the 3rd lap, but man, what a lap number 2 for Lovelace. I'm sure he even surprised himself. So top 16 going to transfer through. I don't know if Weatherington is still in here or not. Matthew Pye going to jump up to the number 14 spot. Is Weatherington still in here? He is not. So Weatherington. Oh, Damian Ward has showed up. So we got a few guys that have showed up late. We're going to see how Damian Ward does if he can get in here. We got somebody, I don't know if they're really from Germany in here. So we will be running an LCQ here tonight. Damian Ward, will he get out there? This is a hosted, Richard. James Richard, this is hosted. This is the only hosted I do tonight. All right, Butters. Later, buddy. So Jacob Harrell out there. Jacob's a good dirt driver out there on the track right now. Damian Ward not going to get a lap in. We're going to go ahead and do a quick driver's meeting at the beginning of this heat race, as they pull out on the track. So let me do a quick rundown of the starting lineup, and then we will do a quick little drivers meeting for these guys. Just to put a couple extra rules out there. Landon Moody with the pole here tonight. Tyler Autry in second. Going to be Jacob in that number 3 spot. Brian in 4th. Kenny Storkson in the number 5 spot. Cody Hoffman in 6th. Clint Sheehan in 7th. And Chase in that number 8 spot. All right, guys. Top 6 are going to transfer through. This will be 8 laps here. Biggest thing, guys, to remember is the chat. I don't care if you guys have a problem with someone you want to mic up and tell them they're a fucking moron once, but if you keep it going, I'll probably just remove you. It just takes one person to make the room toxic, and that's not what we want. We do have a couple guys going for championship points. The front 2 on this heat race are actually our championship leaders, as Hoffman goes around on a turn from number 4. This will be live on MDiTV. All starts will be on leader. Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. Hoffman going to get back to a spot as they come down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4? Who's it going to be? Moody with the lead. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Autry going to be all over the back of Moody as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Autry had a quick qualifying time. He does have the pace to keep up with Landon Moody. If Moody makes a mistake, could he take an advantage and take the win here in heat race number 1? Let me go ahead and change that to gap. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. So far, they are keeping it lean and green, which it's going to stay that way anyway. No caution flags in this as we get 2 laps complete this time by. Right now, it is Hoffman in that final transfer spot in the number 26 Tide Menards machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Kenny rolling that bottom side. That's not a bad strategy, but I think that top side is a little bit higher. But hey, if he can get it to work, he has a place to pass these guys as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 1 and 2, my bad. Clint Sheehan trying to keep this thing straight. He's got Chase all over the back of him. Chase struggling with that machine out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Leaders out of turn number 2. It is going to be 5 laps complete when they cross the line. This time, 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go at the line. I'm probably going to do Volusia for the last track. I got to test it, though. I got to test it, Brady. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Moody continues to lead. Autry in second. Will Moody slow it up a little bit? Let Autry get a little bit closer if these guys close in on the lap cars. These lap cars could be dangerous here tonight as they got 2 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Going to be 2 laps to go. Do we have a battle anywhere? We do have a battle starting to brew as Kenny is closing in on Jacob as they head through 1 and 2. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Moody and crew. Down into 1 and 2. Moody, might have gotten the wall a little bit there as they close in on the back of the field out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. It is going to be Landon Moody with the win. Tyler second. Brian, Jacob, Kenny, and Hoffman going to the feature here tonight. All right, guys. Everybody, we're going to still end up having a consi. Yeah, we are going to send somebody home because I think Damien's running this. So we are going to end up with a consi here tonight anyway. So remember, if you didn't make it here, you still can make it in through the consi. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 00. It is going to be Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, it is going to be Brayton Kajowski. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. David Hayes going to start in that number 3 spot. James Burke in 4th. Going to be Tyler in the number 5 spot. Josh in 6th. Matthew Pye in 7th. Going to be Braden Mustard. Braden Mem in that number 8 spot. Damian Ward in 9th. And that is going to be it. I think everybody's going to make it. All right, everybody is going to make it that's here tonight, it looks like. And, yeah. Start is on leader. It's still going to run the consi, though. Just because that's what iRacing does. That was a good lap, Zach. That was a good lap. Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to get that one to go. Zach Lovelace on the pole. He has been impressive. He's just lucky Matt Best hasn't showed up. We're going to have to convince Matt to show up next season. We're going to do this on its own day. And not do it in the Monday nights, I think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do. You can move to the top side if you want, Damien. Looking for the green flag this time by Lovelace leads the field. Remember, Lovelace is an asphalt guy. He does go early. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the back. Oh, we got one in the wall, two in the wall. Damian Ward's going to slide through. Damian's going to slide through as Matthew in the wall in that number 44 machine hung up on the cushion. Let's go see what happened on that restart. The 33 just blew it there. Oh, and then killed himself. Oh, Matthew goes around back up to the front. It's going to be Brayton to the point. Lovelace back to second. David Hayes in that number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We got some guys having some issues in the back of the pack. As we move back up to the front, Brayton continues to lead the way. Here comes Dave Hayes. Down low, slide job. What a slide. Cut down by Lovelace. Lovelace has been a part of some good battles in that 00. He has gotten a lot of dirt practice as they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Dave back down low. Dave Hayes going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides Lovelace back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side for that number 2 spot. Lovelace can't clear him as Matthew Pye is down in the infield doing I don't know what as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. There must have been a playground down there. Matthew needed to go down on the playground. He was down on the swings, running on the slide, you know, that kind of thing. Lovelace holding the bottom real good here as David Hayes down up high, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Lovelace not able to put the slider on through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 2 laps to go at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Matthew still continuing to struggle in that number 44. He's going to go ahead and back out as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. One more lap for Brayton as they come out of turn number 4. Brayton going to lead the way down into 1 and 2. Battle's going to be for second. David Hayes ships it into turn number 1 and 2. Lovelace going to try to get the run on the bottom out of turn number 2. Have to be easy on that throttle into 3 and 4. One last time. It's going to be Brayton with the win here tonight. David Hayes second. Lovelace third. Tyler fourth. Damian Ward fifth. James Burke sixth. Matthew Pye is going to wreck his way into that number 7 spot. He is struggling out there here tonight. You know, if you guys are struggling, one suggestion I would have, if you have not done it already, is change your steering ratio as low as it'll go. Yeah, I think everybody's going to make it. I don't think there's more than what's here. So I think it's going to be, you're going to have your B main demo again. All right, we're going to stack them up here. Might be just Matthew and Clint. This could be real. Oh, we got Chase. I was going to say, this could be real interesting here. All right, we are going to look for that green flag as these guys pull off. Are going to be chased on the pole. Matthew Pye in second. Clint Sheehan in that number 3 spot. The start is on you, Chase. So anytime in the middle of 3 and 4 on out, once the base truck pulls off, you know, obviously the base truck will be pulled off. You just got caught in the knee. How'd you do that, Demon? This is gonna be interesting, to say the least. I need to grab some popcorn right about now. I'll tell you that. Clint, you better win this. Hold on. I should go jump over and yell at Clint while he's racing. Oh, no. Oh, no. He lost it. He lost it. Chase loses it. It's between Matthew and Clint. Oh, no. He just got too much gas. We've seen that too many times in these cars. So easy to do. Can Clint close the gap on Matthew Pye? Get on it, Clint. Go, go, go. You better not lose this, Clint. You better go catch that guy. Go, Clint.
Oh, boy.
I don't care if you got to stand on the chair or not. You better get up there.
Oh,
Oh,
get out.
Matthew missed the corner. Go, Clint. Don't back off. Go catch him.
Here.
Oh. Oh, no. Clint, come on, get back up there. Oh, my God. No, no. I didn't say do donuts. Damn it, Clint. Oh, no. Where you go?
Get her, Clint. Go, go.
Yeah, fuck that wall. No, don't hit Matthew. Oh, that was hilarious. I love you, Clint.
Ain't too frustrated there, James.
That was hilarious.
That's where because I got screwed up because you was hollering in my damn ear.
My bad.
Concentrate.
You're still gonna make it. You're still gonna make it.
See that, Clint copied that guy's paint scheme.
No, he copied mine.
Yeah, you copied his.
I'm the original.
Oh, okay. It's your lie. You tell how you want.
Mine was first before his was.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, hold on. Is he still in there? Did he leave?
I think he's in the pit.
Yeah, you want to go to the lowest. I think it's 8-1 is the lowest it'll go. Thank you, buddy. I'm horrible with the names. Hold on. Let's see. Chase, we're having an argument in Discord right now. Clint seems to think that he came up with that paint scheme first, but we told him it was you.
Fist fight on the front stretch.
Watch, he junks it now on the last lap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it is the last lap. No shit. All right, guys, have fun. I just had to come in here and have some fun with that.
Yep.
Bye, James. Quit
Bye, Clint.
aggravating.
Hey, second place. Not too bad.
It sucks when
Better than I did.
when you're a lap down though. Because
Yeah, you went a lap down and it's a 10-lap race and finished second. Good job.
E-main warrior.
and Matt a lap ahead of me. That's what sucks about it, Matt. Come on. I know I can beat
Demon
Matt.
says you're the first loser.
Tell him he's the first cocksucker.
He heard you. He heard you. All right, guys. All right, that was fun. Let's get ready for tonight. Why did Matthew leave? He said you're a cocksucker. You're the first cocksucker, is what he said. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 84. It is going to be Landon Moody. Outside of him, it's going to be Braden. Hold on, let me go look at it. Kajewski. There we go. Outside, starting inside, row number 3 is going to be Tyler, or 2 is going to be Tyler Autry. Outside of him, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Then rounding out, I'm just going to go through the rest. It is going to be Brian in 5th, Zach Lovelace 6th, I guess. Jacob 7th, Tyler 8th, Kenny Storks in 9th, Damian Ward 10th, Hoffman in 11th, Burke in 12th. Kenny Storkson, Clint Sheehan, and Chase rounding out the field as we are looking for the green flag this time by as Moody leads the field into turn number 3. I probably missed somebody. Looks like David, Matthew, and Braden all left. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Moody's going to slide up in front of Braden for the lead. Braden going to get sideways in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Autry trying to take advantage in that number 8 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail for the lead as they come out of turn number 4. Now top 3 single file down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Moody leads lap number 1 as Braden all over the back of him out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Brian Dennis in that number 21 trying to roll the bottom side. I think there's a little something there. I think we're going to find somebody that will get that line to work here tonight. As you can see, Brian's working it. If you can be nice and easy on the throttle and keep that momentum through, it can be quick. I did a little bit of practice in here. It wasn't bad as Damian Ward goes to the bottom in the 32, the 17 and Tyler sideways. Damian Ward's got to back out of it. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be single file up at the front. This is where the battle is at. The 17 of Brian Dennis. Or 21 of Brian Dennis. Oh, Autry gets contact with Lovelace. They keep it straight. Oh, yellow flag comes out. So Autry Lovelace gonna get back in the back of Autry right here. Just a little tap. He tries to get out of it, backs out of it. Him and the 17 get together. That is gonna put Lovelace at the back of the field as we get the first caution flag here of the night. The 17 of who was it? Who's in the 17? Let me find him. It wasn't his fault, but he got caught up in it. So where's he at? There he is. Tyler Swartz. A little bit of contact there with Lovelace. Looks like both of them are going to the back. I swear to God, Clint aims at every wreck. I swear to God, that's what happens. All right, Moody going to lead the way as we got 4 laps in the books here tonight. It is going to be 5 complete when they take the green flag. I don't have time. We're going green. It's only a third of a mile track. Pace laps are quick here. Looking for the green flag as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Moody leads the way. Green flag is out. Moody brought him to the green pretty quick there. Green flag is out. Brayton with a great jump on the outside. Moody going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2. Brayton's going to go too high. Autry sends it in, makes contact. They all keep it straight. I think, no, they don't, as they are wrecking in turn number 1 and 2. No caution flag as it stands right now as we got to pile up in turn number 1 and 2. We're going to get it going back straight and green. Keep it green as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Once again, 6 laps complete. Going to be 3 wide for the number 3 spot as Damian Ward is putting in the door of the 21 of Brian Dennis as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Damian Ward up to the number 4 spot. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the 21. They're going to be 3 wide, and Ward's going to back out as Autry keeps the number 3 position into turn number 3 and 4. So Autry's trying to claim those points, hoping Moody makes a mistake. I don't think there's enough time as Damian absolutely ships it in. The 21 of Brian's going to get the worst of that one. We got a couple guys back here in the back of the pack. It looks like as they got caught up in that cluster early on, they're trying to stay out in front of Moody. Can they do so as Moody is closing in on Hoffman as they head down the back straightaways? We got an issue, I think, back here. Do we have an issue back in the pack? We do. And the caution flag comes out. All right, let's see what happens here with Jacob. Jacob's going to get up on... he just loses it. Lost it. Oh, he just lost it. Yeah. Ooh. Don't worry about the nose. Nose is not required. Oh, that is required. All right, so these guys are going to catch back up to the field as Moody leads the way. Moody needs a hug. Moody, did you try and go in turn 2 last time? I said, did you try and go in turn 2 last time? All right, so these guys, I don't know why you guys haven't caught the field, but they're going green. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be Moody leading the way. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Moody going to slide up the track. Brayton up high. Here comes Autry down low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward. Ward's going to use up Autry in turn number 3 and 4 and take the number 3 spot. Autry back to 4th. Here comes the 21 of Brian Dennis. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide once again out of turn number. This battle for third on back has been absolutely insane. I don't know if they can keep it up, but Landon Moody needs to be a little worried as, Autry gets in the back of Ward. Oh my God. That was wild. Autry drifts up the track as they are all over the place in turn number 1 and 2. Kenny, get back up there. Oh my God, that got crazy. I can start now. What's up, Steele? What's up, Steele? Landon Moody going to lead the way. Brayton in second. Brian trying to battle Damian Ward for that number 3 spot. Brian's going to slide it in. Gets too much berm. Ward's going to dig it on the outside. He's going to have the spot as we got issues in the back. Caution flag comes out. All right, guys, make sure you catch that field. Catch that field. All right, what happened? No, it was just crazy for third. It was actually kind of super fun to watch because people were leaning into each other and then catching each other. And I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but they were fixing each other. I didn't know. Are you a lap down? All right. Oh. It's showing you on the lead lap on mine. If it doesn't put you on the lead lap for some reason, let me know. I will get you on the lead lap next time. But it does show you on the lead lap on iRacing and on SDK. All right, looking for the green flag this time by as those lights are going to go off. As they head through turn number 1 and 2. Who's it going to be? Landon Moody leading the way here tonight. Braden's got some speed in that number 28. We're going to see what happens. Green flag is out. Oh, Brayton was thinking about going, then decided against it. Moody went as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes D Ward in the number 32 machine, digging up underneath out of turn number 2. D Ward down low, Brayton up high as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Ward's going to rip that bottom side. I think that lane is probably going to come in by the end of this one as we are 16 laps in. Down into turn at number 1 and 2. Moody continues to lead. Brayton in second. Damian Ward in third. Here comes Brian Dennis in the number 21. He's been quite the driver here tonight as Autry sits in 5th as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Great battling up at the front as it looks like Brayton's going to try to bottom. Tries to find something a little different as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. You got to wonder if that top side is starting to go away. Brayton making it look good down low. But here comes Brian Dennis to the outside. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Brian's going to go a little too high, drifts out. Ward almost able to take advantage. So bottom of 1 and 2 looking real good. 3 and 4 looking like the top as they almost run out of room. Here comes Ward. Down low, they're 3 wide for second out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It is Brian up to the number 2 spot. Ward digging the bottom out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, you got to slide 3 and 4. I don't think the bottom is it in 3 and 4. Ward knows that. He slides up, slides into the number 3 spot as Autry might have dug the wall or the cushion down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. So right now the battle is first, second on back. Brian Dennis having a phenomenal run in that number 21. Damian Ward in the number 2 spot. We got 1. Tyler is going to go ahead and pull off. No caution flag for his issue as we move back up to the battle for that number 2 spot. Here comes Damian Ward. He's going to slide, hit the bottom and turn number 3 and 4. I think what he's going to have to do, what's up, Wingnut? I think what he's going to have to do is get the bottom of 1 and 2 to work and maybe slide him in 3 and 4, but he slides him in 2 up the track. Brian back to the bottom. Brian going to cut down into turn number 3 and 4, throws the slide into turn number 3 and 4, takes the spot back away from Ward. Ward going to cut down out of turn number 4. Drag race down the front straightaway, put Ward back up to the number 2 spot, slides up the track. Here comes Dennis up underneath out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Brian's going to throw that slider. Catches a lot of berm there, but keeps it going straight. Ward's going to throw that chrome horn at him as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, Mark won't do that. This. Out of turn number 2. Ward sideways. Gets turned around. Caution flag comes out. That is unfortunate. He just throws it up in there. Gets a little too sideways. Nowhere for Brian to go. You're so on the edge already with these cars. Yeah, Yep. Damian Ward going to have to go back to the back and dig his way up through. All right, so it's been an interesting one. Man, that battle for second was phenomenal. All right, so D Ward gonna have to make his way up through the field as Moody continues to lead the field here tonight. Gonna be Brian Davis and Brayton, then Tyler Autry, your top 4. And how about that, Kenny Storks? Storks and up to the number 5 spot. Yeah, I knew tonight might be a little bit rough, but we hadn't tried this track, so we had to try it. And it hasn't been horrible. It's just difficult probably for you guys. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Moody leads the way. Here comes a battle for second. Here comes Brayton down low into turn number 1 and 2. Brayton's going to get a good drive off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here he comes. Got to slide up. He's got to grab that top lane. We've seen the bottom not work great. He makes the pass on the bottom side into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Moody's going to have to make an adjustment. These guys are starting to dig down on the bottom. I figured this might happen. Bottom side is starting to come in. Moody's stuck up at the top side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead. Here comes Brayton out of turn number 4. Brayton going to move down to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. Some of that might be cool tires. We're going to find out. Great move by Brayton. Almost able to get it to hook up out of the turn as they come down the front back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Brayton going to slide it through turn number 3 and 4 down on that bottom lane all over the back of Moody. Moody not able to shake him. Tyler Autry has moved up into that number 3 spot. Good battle for the lead as Brayton putting the pressure on the 84. Moody down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 28 laps in the books. They are going to close in. 11 laps to go as they come across the line. Here comes Brayton down low. Battle for the number 4 spot is starting to heat up back there behind Autry, but we got a battle for the lead as Brayton almost gets the run off of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to ship it in a little bit harder. Jumps up to the top side. Tries to grab the grip out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Moody sees it. Makes the adjustment. Moves down to the bottom as Brayton is all over the back. And will Brayton use the bumper as they head for turn number 3 and 4? I think the top side, well, I think that slider line might be starting to hook up in 3 and 4, but you can't do it when you're racing somebody because they're going to be in that lane. Here comes Brayton back to the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2. Going to try to dig off the bottom out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, moves back down low in turn number 3 and 4. He's got it digging. He is closing back in on Landon Moody as they come across the line. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. He is quicker down on the bottom side. He's about a 10th quicker, almost a lap, than Landon Moody when he's down on that bottom side as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see what it looks like this time by as he is closed back in on the back bumper of that number 84. Yeah, he is a little bit quicker, about a half a 10th quicker that time. Some of that has to do with backing off when he comes out of the corner because he is right on the bumper of Moody. Doesn't want to spin him as they come out of turn number 4. Brayton trying to find a way to move his way around him. 6 laps to go. Brayton's going to shove it in on the bottom side. Moody going to dig up high. They're going to make a little bit, almost make contact. Brayton a little wonky there, trying not to run over Moody as they head into 3 and 4. 5 laps to go as they come across the line. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Brayton down low. Moody up high. Oh, perfect run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Autry in that number 3 spot. Man, he would be in heaven if these guys made contact and went around. Could steal victory here tonight as these guys are side by side into turn number 1 and 2 with 4 laps to go. I think that bottom side is it in turn number 1 and 2. He's just got to figure out what he needs to do in 3 and 4 to make it work. Oh, too much slick there as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Moody moves back down to the bottom. Moody moves back down to the bottom. That's going to screw Brayton up just a little bit as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Brayton going to go down to the bottom. Will he give him the door as they come out of turn number 4? Good run through 3 and 4 that time. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. You got to do something. Almost into the back of Moody. Gets a little too sideways. Big save out of Brayton. Moody going to pull away. Moody going to pull away as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. This time by 1 lap to go for Landon Moody. Brayton in that number 2 spot. Autry comfortably in 3rd. Battle's going to be for 4th on back as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Moody going to go through one last time, take the win here tonight. We're going to watch this battle back here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Moody, Brayton. Oh, Tyler Autry, Brian, James Burke, Damian Ward, Lovelace, Storkson, Jacob, and Hoffman. You're glad you missed this? This was actually not that bad. Good race, guys. All right, so it's going to be Landon Moody with the win here tonight. Braden Kajewski, I think is what it is. Am I saying that right, Braden? Going to be Tyler Autry in 3rd. Brian Dennis in 4th. Brian had a good run, too. He was fun to watch. James Burke going to be in that number 5 spot. Damian Ward in 6th. Going to be Lovelace in 7th here tonight. Kenny Storkson in 8th. Jacob Harrell in 9th. Going to be Hoffman in 10th. Tyler 11th. Clint Sheehan in 12th. And Chase in that number 13 spot. That's all who started. That's all who I'm going to give credit to as we finish this one just in time. We're going to pull in 2 of the top 3. Oh, yeah?
Dude.
That
was fun.
That was a wild one. That was definitely a wild one. We got one more, Riley. One more race after this. We got UMP Modifieds. Tyler, good run there. You got turned around at one point. It was just hard freaking racing. Man, hard fought battle for 3rd. Trying to keep it as close as you can to Moody. Almost even got the pole here tonight. You have to feel good about this track here tonight.
Yeah, I finally got some good luck going my way. So just keep on it. Hopefully, just have some more fun. Finish out the season. But yeah, tonight was a blast. This track, little bull ring, beating the main a little bit. Can't be too mad.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. There was a lot of people with some speed. Damian Ward was fast here tonight. Brian Brian was fast. Brayton, if you're out there and you can get in the Discord, I do interview the top 3. He was super quick. But third place, definitely phenomenal run for you. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, and sponsors?
Yeah, just shout out my buddy John. He finally got sent back out to work, so I hope he was watching and enjoying it. But yeah, just ready to get the real car back out there. So just shout out to all them sponsors. I know some of them watch, too many of them to go through. But James, thanks for putting it on. Landon, good job again. I'll see y'all next week.
Definitely, can't wait. Maybe we'll see you at Wood again.
Yeah, maybe.
Country breakfast. Which one were you out there? Landon Moody, man, you every week it seems like you got somebody new that shows up that wants to rattle your cage a little bit, and I think he's down here actually, so we're going to talk to him first. Is this Brayton?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm going to talk to you first. Screw Moody. I talk to him all the time. Great run out there. You did a little exploring. That bottom side starting to come in. I heard you guys talking about it a little bit there. I think he was right. I think 3 and 4 had to be slider if you're going to run that bottom. But, man, that thing was digging in 1 and 2 down on the bottom side. You had to fall back a little bit to kind of figure out how to make it work. But, man, that thing was digging.
Yeah, coming out of 3 and 4 there, you just had to slide up to the top, and every time I would do that, Moody would be there, so I'd have to lift out of it. But the slider line in 1 and 2, if you could just hit it just right, there was a little grip patch in the middle there you could catch coming out, and it would just hook up, and you would get a hell of a run coming out.
You know, we've been running these for, I think this is week 11 for these, or week 10 for these. We ran week 13, all week 13 with them. That's been a fun combo on dirt. I mean, it kind of makes dirt fun again. It kind of feels like the best racing dirt car. I know this might not have been the best example, but you really got to have throttle control and be careful with these, easy on these cars. You can't worry about getting to full throttle. You just got to kind of let the car do what it wants to do. What were your thoughts on the racing tonight?
It was honestly really good. These cars handle a whole lot like the cars I run in real life. You got to be real easy on the throttles, and it's a whole lot of steering wheel. But if you can manage all of it, and you got a couple of good guys, you'll have a damn good race because they put on some real good fucking racing.
What do you run in real life?
I run an IMCA hobby stock in northern Iowa.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we got some hobby stocks up here, and they are definitely edgy like that. So I get it. Great run here tonight. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend. She was sitting here watching the whole thing on the YouTube. I got to give a shout out for you for putting this on. The stream is amazing. I love it. And shout out to all my IRL sponsors and everyone who helps out.
Great run here tonight. Hopefully, I think I'm going to test Volusia. We might close out the season at Volusia next week, so maybe we'll see you there.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, bud. Good one. Good second place. Landon Moody.
Thank you very much.
Dominating Moody. Man, you've got a feel for these cars, but you got people that always seem to come in and give you a run for your money. Damian Ward was closing the gap. I know that had to make you a little nervous. And Brayton giving a hell of a run for the win there did not make it easy. And you were trying to figure out where to run there. You wanted to commit to the top because you knew what to expect, but there seemed to be a little speed at the bottom there.
Yeah, I didn't expect that really at this track. The way it was slicked off really on the bottom, and I didn't really think there was going to be a whole lot down there. It was really edgy on restarts, just trying to put the power down. And you don't want to hit full throttle in these things. I was never full throttle the entire night. I pedaling that thing as hard as I could the whole night. I mean, I think the only time I really get full throttle was during hot laps and we're on a fresh track. But by the time this track got slick, there was no, I think maybe half throttle down the straightaways. But no, it was a good battle with Brayton there. He definitely found something on the bottom, and it definitely got me thinking like I maybe need to try something down there. It took me a while to finally commit down there because I didn't want to get off the top because I was committed to that line the whole race, and I didn't want to adapt to a different line, and hopefully I was hoping the bottom the top would be good enough to take me hopefully to the win, but seeing how he could run the bottom in 3 and 4, and how he basically mentioned that you could had to do a slider in 3 and 4, that definitely got me thinking I may need to try to change my lineup just in case if it does come down to the last lap and we're side by side coming to the stripe. But I had fun. I think what is this, back to back 3 in a row? I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't know. I lost count.
But
Kenny's out there going 84 goat.
84. That's crazy. But
and Robert's saying I might need to put a bounty out there for you.
I might need to for Volusia. I don't know. I don't know what the points gap is going into Volusia. I think all I need to do is show up, and I think I have it locked up. But I don't want to count my chickens too quick. But I was honestly quite surprised that you picked this track tonight. I honestly was, like, because you told me, like, I don't know about Kern, and we were both kind of saying the same thing about it, but it was not really that bad though. I know it was tough for a lot of people, but I thought it was okay.
I went in and I did a couple laps today, and I'm like, let me go try it out. Let me go give it a fair shake, because it was actually honestly way better. I actually think Husitz would be better with this car too, but it's more narrow. That's my concern about Husitz, but
yeah,
it felt
way narrower.
It felt good, and I don't know what it is about this car and some of these, 1/3 miles.
Global rings.
They just seem to race really well on these small dirt tracks, and we've had some good luck. And the racing shows well, and tonight was another good one. A little bit of work. You had a little Tyler. I mean, Tyler almost took the pole away from you. I mean, how'd you feel about that one? I mean, you had to be a little nervous there. You're going out there and you're like, man, he's got quick time. I gotta show up.
Well, I mean, I was watching him before I rolled out for qualifying, but by the time I rolled out, I didn't really see what the leaderboard was, because I went ahead and did my lap, and then I looked, it was like a 1:17. I was like, okay, I'm in the ballpark for sure. But honestly, Lovelace, he hit a 1:83, 5/1000 off the pole. I was more worried about him than, I mean, it was close between the top 3. Don't get me wrong, but that was I was definitely surprising for sure.
Well, I guess I mentioned Autry first, because Lovelace went out a little bit later than you guys. So Autry was already at the quick time, and you're out there doing your laps, and you're like, now I gotta go. I guess that's kind of what my thought process. And yeah, Lovelace is another one. I mean, next season you might have to worry about him.
I mean, I agree 100%. I mean, he's definitely these last couple weeks, he's definitely been much improved for sure. I mean, USA, he put on a great race there with Autry, so I mean, he's definitely much improved. And I mean, just a little bit more dirt experience it never hurts at all. I mean, just try it. It's with the way these cars race. I mean, I guess everybody's kind of adapted to the way these cars drive, and I mean, it's put on some good racing for sure. And these little smaller tracks, like you said, it's been its bread and butter for sure.
I'm telling you, if we can convince Matt Best to run these things, you might be in trouble.
Maybe that'd be interesting for sure.
I think he would be good at it.
I would like to see it.
I would too.
I think he would. I think he would struggle for a little bit, but he would pick it up. I think.
I think it fits his driving style, especially with liking to drive like the Gen 4s and stuff, because a lot of the stuff he likes to drive is a lot of throttle control and having to move the car.
Yeah, high horsepower stuff with a lot of throttle control, and I mean, Gen 4 is essentially that in a nutshell, pretty much.
And I always feel like he excels in those situations. Well, great run here tonight. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank you for putting on this deal. It's been pretty fun. One more week to go, and sounds like Volusia maybe.
Yeah, I got to test it.
Yeah, well, we'll say Volusia, but anyway, everybody who came out to race tonight, Clint, Zach, Kenny, and good job to Autry for third place, and good battle there to Brayton. 3D Racing, Justin Ward Sim Sports, Precision 3D Prints and Design, and all the friends and family watching.
All right, buddy. Good win here tonight, and I will see you probably a little bit later.
Appreciate it. Thank you, James.
Later, bud.
Later.
All right, Landon Moody killing it here in the ARCA Dirt Series. Now we have the UMPs out there. Currently, Keith Hackney at the top of the charts. No surprise there. Here's one who's gotten a lot of time at this track. He used to hang out with Andrew Clark a lot. We used to spend a lot of time at Volusia. He is currently second on the board. Harper has been stepping it up each week. This guy might come out with a win here pretty soon. Looks like we got 14 cars, so everybody's going to make the field as Tony Basler going to the top of the charts here in the number 21. Quick time with a 15.50. Is that 5803? Or 803, whatever. 803, whatever the number says up there. You guys can see it better than I can. Yeah, no problem, Kenny. Good run. Good run. You had to hold in there, but you ended up with a strong run there tonight. So that is the end of qualifying here for the UMPs as we get ready for heat race number 1. You know, I had Monday Night Mods up here all night long. I am such an idiot. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 1. Then where is that starting lineup? Starting on the pole here tonight, it is going to be Tony Basler. Outside of him, it's going to be Alex Harper. Darren Brunson going to start on the inside of row number 2 with Tyler Bickford in 4th. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight is going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 33, it's going to be Dustin Price. Then rounding out the field here tonight, last but not least, it is going to be the number 24 of Ethan Stuckwich. All right, they are coming down the back straightaway. They're going to get one to go at the line here tonight. It is going to be a 8-lap heat. No Conti here tonight, and a 30-lap feature here tonight at Volusia. Who's it going to be? Hackney's going to be tough to beat. I know he's starting on the pole in heat race number 2. I know Tony got the pole here tonight, but Hackney's so good here tonight at Volusia. Look for him to possibly take a victory here as they come across the line. It is going to go green flag this time by 8 laps here for heat race number 1. So if you guys don't know, we do top split on Monday nights and then the ARCA series. And then we got a little bit, which we put in between the break and the UMPs. This is the 3rd top split of the night for the UMPs. So it is their 3rd race of the night. So it is probably a little different field than you see in the first one, but we have the big blocks and the supers. That's why we missed the first 2. As the green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Tony Basler going to slide up the track as Harper gets contact from behind. He was making the move for the win, for the lead. Here comes Darren Brunson up underneath them. Down through turn number 3 and 4. I thought Harper was going to make the move, but that contact definitely cost him as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Bickford going to follow Harper on the outside as Brunson falls back to 4th. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Harper going to have a little bit of internet malfunction through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Harper finds his way back, but falls back to 4th as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. That is unfortunate for Harper as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Basler leading the way, but I'll tell you what, Bickford is knocking on his back door as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 3 laps complete. Here comes Bickford down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide it in up the track. Basler back with the cut down out of turn number 4 to the start finish line. Tony going to lead that time by into 1 and 2. He's going to slide it up the track in turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Bickford. Bickford going to drive it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slides it in up the track. Here comes Basler back down low. Drag race to the line. Basler at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. That's the move I think you need to make. Stay on the bottom side out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to keep the lead through turn 3 and 4. Stays at the bottom. That seems to be the spot. Big run by Bickford on his back bumper into turn number 1 and 2. Bickford going to go back to work. Has to get on the binders out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He's going to get the run into turn number 3 and 4. Keeps it down on the bottom. Does not slide up. Basler going to get the run. He's going to lead that time by 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. Bickford goes to work. Here comes Harper in the number 10. Harper up in the mix as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. One last time contact as they get together at the bottom. It's going to be Basler, Bickford, Harper, Brunson, Price, Stuckwich, and Banks rounding out the field. That was a big heads-up move out of Bickford. He got in the back of Tony there, backed out of it, gave him the spot back, did not try to drive it through him. Good move tonight. Good heads-up move there out of Bickford as they came across the line. Let's get ready for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it is going to be the number 69 of Keith Hackney. Outside of him in the number 16, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 97 machine does not need an introduction on this channel. It is going to be T Clem. Outside of him in the number, what number is he in? In the number 17, it is going to be Cody Racing. Starting inside row number 3 in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Outside of him, it is going to be Brendan Schatz. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Jacob Black. It is going to be 8 laps here for heat race number 2. Hackney with the lead. Will he be able to hold on for those 8 laps? Or could somebody get the best of them? We're about to find out as they come across the line and get 1 to go this time by. There's definitely some people that can shake it down. There has been a little bit of a feud, I feel like, between T. Clem and Fields. They are nose to tail on that bottom lane. We'll see if that carries over here this week as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Pace Truck leads the way as Hackney waits to get on that loud pedal out of turn number 4. When's he going to fire off? Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Hackney going to slide into the lead down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes T. Clem in the 97 up underneath Hennigan. Can't get it to stick. Hennigan going to pull away. They're all Hackney and Hennigan going to pull away down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Fields trying to dig that bottom side out of turn number 4. Cody all over the back of T. Clem. He's going to go to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Up underneath T. Clem. Drag race out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be T. Clem in that number 3 spot. Cody's got to drop back in line. Bottom side starting to go away as you see Fields falling back as Braden's going to get around him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes that 007 back up underneath Braden into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes T. Clem. He's looking for the number 2 spot. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track in front of Hennigan. Hennigan with the run down the back straightaway. Hennigan going to move back up underneath him into turn number 3 and 4. Keith Hackney leads the way. Hennigan with the slide cut down by T. Clem. T. Clem going to have second. That's going to open the door for Cody. Cody going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Hennigan back with the cut down. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3. Hannigan going to slide up the track. Cody going to get on the binders. They're going to be 2-3 wide behind him as they come out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. 3. Are they going to make it 4 wide? Contact as the 34 of Brandon gets into Cody. Cody up the track, able to hold on to it as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Big contact there. Brendan's going to fall all the way back to the number 6 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looks up underneath Black. Black going to hold it on the high side. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Hennigan and Fields going at it into turn number 3 and 4. Fields trying to get up underneath. Can't quite get there. 1 lap to go. White flag is out. Top two single file, quite spread out. It looks like it's a Hackney race here tonight if he doesn't make a mistake. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4 one last time. It is going to be Keith Hackney with the win. T. Clem second. Hennigan in third. Fields, Black, Schatz, and Racing. Your top 7. Well, your whole field. I need a drink. Oh, well. 30 laps here. This will be a quick one, as long as we don't get a ton of cautions, as we get ready for tonight's main event. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 21 machine, it is going to be Tony Basler. Starting outside of him in the number 69, it is going to be Team No Love's very own Keith Hackney. Starting inside row number 2 tonight, in the number 07, it is going to be Tyler Bickford. Outside of him in the 97, it's going to be T. Clem. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. Outside of him in the number 16 machine, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 9 machine, it's going to be Darren Brunson. Outside of him in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the number 33 machine, it's going to be Dustin Price. Outside of him in the number 113, it's going to be Jacob Black. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 24 machine, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwich. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brendan Schatz. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that 7th and final row, starting inside in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Cody Rayson. It is going to be 30 laps here tonight as they come down the front straightaway. Make sure you wave it to your favorite as they come back one last time, looking for the green flag this time by. Who's your pick? Let me know out in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this one here tonight? A whole lot of TNL in this one as they come out of turn number 2, looking for that green flag. When will Tony fire him off? Well, we are about to find out as they are 2 by 2. The green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Tony going to lead him down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Bickford in that number 07 up underneath Hackney as they are going to go 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. TNL, right, Donnie? Out of turn number 4 to the line. I don't know who had it, but I think it was Hackney as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Tony going to get weeded out as Bickford drives the bottom into turn number 3 and 4, slides up the track. Here comes Hackney back up underneath out of turn number 4. It's going to be Bickford at the line that time by. Side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney with the lead out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Bickford going to get the run. Here comes Basler into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney with the lead, 3 wide for second as they come into turn number 1 and 2. T. Clem going to roll the bottom. Bickford gets run up the track just a little bit by Basler as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, still 3 wide for second into turn number 3 and 4 as Hackney leads the way. It's going to be Bickford in second that time by. Basler going to fall back. He's going to have a little bit of contact with Harper down the into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Hennigan in the number 16 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Fields in the middle of this mess down at the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 5 laps complete. Close, battling for second on back as they come out of turn number 2. T. Clem trying to hold the bottom side. Tony Basler up high. Drag race into turn number 3 and 4. As T. Clem rolls the bottom out of turn number 4, but big run for Tony. He's going to hit the 3rd spot that time by. Here comes Harper in the middle. I'll tell you what, Harper is on a mission here tonight as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes the 007 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. He's trying to make it 3 wide. Tries to dig up underneath T. Clem. Can't quite get it as they are 2 by 2 out of turn number 4. Down. Oh, T-Clem got the inside wall. That's going to open the door for Field. Field's going to take it 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide up in front of T-Clem. T-Clem comes back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Can't get it there as Basler's going to hold the number 3 spot for now as Fields goes to work out of turn number 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, Bickford has caught the back of Hackney. We might end up with a battle for the lead here pretty quick, but we're going to stay on the battle for third on back as here comes Fields down low into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Fields with the advantage on the bottom side, going to slide into turn number 3. Cut down by Basler out of turn number 4. He's going to keep the spot that time by. Here comes Harper. He wants a piece of the action into turn number 1 and 2. Fields going to hold it out strong on the high side, falls back to 4th, but gets back in line. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to go low as Basler is high out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Looks like that bottom line starting to go away in turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the back straightaway. Still some dig on the bottom side. Fields going to send it in. Oh, he gets in the back of Basler into turn number 3. Basler able to hold on to it as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2, side by side for that number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Fields in position. Will he slide up or stay low into turn number 3 and 4? He's going to keep it down by the wall out of turn number 4. Tony's going to have it at the line. Here comes Harper to the outside. He's looking for 4th into 1 and 2. That bottom side is definitely digging in 1 and 2, but it does not have the speed through turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to shove it in really hard. He's got to slide up a bit to keep that momentum almost into Harper. He's going to fall back to 5th. Harper up to the number 4 spot now, goes to work on his teammate into turn number 1 and 2. Tony Basler trying to hold on to 3rd as Harper digs in down the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, it's definitely possible. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Harper. I'd like to see Harper get a nice solid top 3. I like Harper. Oh, Basler going to get the wall going into turn number 3. Opens the door for Harper. Harper up underneath. Can't take advantage as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes the rest of the field into turn number 1 and 2. Little bit of contact between Stuckwich and T-Clem. Stuckwich going to go down low. 3 wide for the number 4 spot into turn number 3. Out of turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Harper going to be able to hold on. They're going to be 3 wide behind him for 5th, down into 1 and 2. Harper goes back to work on Tony. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the number 5 spot as they head for turn number 3. Here comes Fields back down low out of turn number 4. We got 18 laps in the books, 12 laps to go. Here comes Harper to 3rd into turn number 1 and 2. He slides up the track. Tony going to come back with the cut down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, Harper is, yeah, and he definitely catches some bad luck sometimes. I think that's part of learning to get really fast, and he is starting to get really fast. Out of turn number 2, we got a great battle here for 3rd. 5-car battle might turn into more as Hennigan is closing in on this battle as they come out of turn number 4 with 10 laps to go. I think, is Bickford? No, they're matching times up at the front. Bickford is not catching Hackney as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4 is going to be Harper in that number 3 spot. T-Clem in 5th. Tony has fallen back into the number 7 spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes T-Clem looking low on Harper. Can't quite take advantage as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to the bottom out of turn number 4 across the line. 8 laps to go. Battle for 3rd continues to rage as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Fields down low. Fields going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Tries to send it up the track. He does. Parks it on Harper. Harper back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. A little bit of contact with Stuckwich. Harper pushed up the track almost into Fields. Fields holds on to it as it's a drag race down the back straightaway. Harper going to get shuffled out as Fields takes that number 3 spot. Here comes Stuckwich up underneath as they come out of turn number 4. Gray battling here for that number 3 spot as Bickford has caught our leader as they head down the back straightaway. Bickford has caught the leader as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Man, I want to watch that other battle, but this is starting to pick up as they come out of turn number 4 across the line. 5 laps to go. Bickford is there into turn number 1 and 2. Back here to this battle as Field sits in the number 3 spot. Eric Stuckwich back to 4th. Harper in 5th, battling T-Clem. They touch into turn number 3. Oh no! Harper gets turned around. Caution flag comes out. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be a 4-lap shootout. Let's go take a look and see what happened to Harper here. They're just gonna make contact. They just ran out of room there, and then he gets run over. That is unfortunate. Teammates in that cluster right there. Just hard racing. Poor Harper getting the worst of that one as the caution flag comes out. Yeah, get more. That's like mid pack. That's not the rear. Yeah, it was fun to watch, Moody. All right, so here's the deal. Here is the deal to definitely think about. Go Jacob Fields, says Braden Brown. Fields is in 3rd. This could get interesting. It is going to be a single file restart. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout. It's 26 laps complete. It will be 27 complete when they take the green flag. 3-lap shootout. And I'll tell you what, Bickford was definitely starting to pressure our leader, Keith Hackney, at the front of the field as we are going to look for the green flag. I think, is it this time or next time? I don't know if the pace lights are out. Might be next time by. No, everybody's out on the track. It's probably everybody but Harper. Your broadcast was follow the leader. What did you broadcast today, Donnie? League race? All right, it's 1 to go at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Can Keith Hackney hold on for 3 more laps? That's going to be the question. Pocono? Asphalt? Yeah, I struggle with asphalt. I do it for Texas Speed because I love those guys, but man, it's a struggle doing asphalt racing sometimes. Looking for the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as Hackney's going to come across the line. Bickford in that number 2 spot. Fields in 3rd as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Stuckwich going to hang on to the back of that pack. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. It's going to be 2 laps to go at the line. Here comes Fields in the 007. Bickford trying to find the speed, but he's got pressure that he hasn't had all night long from behind. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Hackney going to pull away down the back straightaway. Here comes Fields down low through turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Fields down low, up underneath Bickford. Battle for 2nd. That's what Hackney needs as they come out of turn number 2. Fields going to pull away from Bickford on the bottom side, down into turn number 3 and 4. One last time. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Keith Hackney for the win. Fields 2nd. Bickford 3rd. Stuckwich and T-Clem, your top 5. We'll see who all we get here tonight in the Discord. Fields was coming. It's going to be Hackney with the win here tonight. Jacob Fields 2nd. Bickford in 3rd. Going to be Stuckwich in that number 4 spot. T. Clem in 5th. Hennigan in 6th. Tyson Banks going to be in 7th. Dustin Price in 8th. Tony Basler in 9th. Going to be Darren Brunson in that number 10 spot. Black in 11th. Braden in 12th. Cody 13th, and Alex Harper in that number 14 spot. That is unfortunate for Harper. He had a hell of a run here tonight. Was definitely a top 3 car at one point. That is unfortunate, but hey, that's racing, I guess. Look at that. We got Keith Hackney. What's up, Hackney?
What's up, man?
And honestly, some great racing. I don't know if it was a good or a bad thing that I think it might have been a good thing that caution came out for you because Bickford was breathing down your neck and then he had to deal with Fields. But overall, good racing here tonight.
Yeah, I think I went with the wrong air pressures there. My car did not fire off the way it should after the restart, and just because it was so hammered down at the beginning, we drove it pretty hard there. I was moving around a little bit. Um, you know, it was just at that point, it's like hell, whoever wins wins. Um, it was a good race. It was fun. Bickford was the opener. He was right there with me as well, so he's got some speed for sure. And yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Moody says good win. I'll tell you what, if that caution had come out a little bit sooner, Fields had a little bit of speed there too. There was a couple guys with some speed. Poor Harper got caught up. Unfortunately, that's what brought out the caution here tonight. But man, your team is definitely picking up the pace. You got to be proud of your guys.
Oh, absolutely. We didn't really test for this. I turned a couple laps last night and sort of got a feel for things, and I think T Clem tested about an hour before the opener. We just sort of threw it together. Honestly, he's got what he's got. I got what I got. We just sort of, combined heads there, and giving all the guys different options. Different things, however they, whatever they like in a feel of a car. So, yeah, I think right there. I mean, there again, I think we was fast. Or speaking of myself, I think we was fast. I just went with the wrong air pressures for it to be that hammer down. So, yeah, I mean, I can't complain, man. To sit top 6 in qualifying, all of us. I thought that was awesome. Taking the fact that this is like a 5,500, I guess. So yeah, man, it was pretty awesome.
I'll tell you exactly. Yeah, 54.68 was the SOF. So yeah, there were some good drivers in here for sure, though. Great run here tonight. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man, just all the guys at TNL, and they continue to strive, and we keep trying to help them get faster and faster. It's just it's hard sometimes when we're so close on the same speed, and we're trying to race each other, but not to the aggressive point as in racing everybody else, So, yeah, just shout out to all them guys, and I mean, obviously, shout out to all the guys in the official as well. There again, I'm gonna call them out. Thanks for showing back up because they ran 2 races last week and then they disappeared. But other than that, T Clem for everything he does. Harper, he's here and there. Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Grip Hackney Live, and you for putting this on. And with that race, I think I hit 8K, so that's pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, it looks like you're an 8,045.
Yes, sir. So all in all, it's a win-win.
Yeah, right. Good run here tonight. Good win, and I will see you next week in the finale. All right, guys, that is going to be it for tonight. Thanks for coming out. Hell of a show tonight. Actually, every show was pretty good. Got a little rough in the late models, but they ended up having some good racing too. But next week will be the season finale, week number 12 for all the regular dirt stuff. Week 11, the finale for the ARCA series. Don't want to miss that action. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.